episode 17. Thank you all for listening to episode 16, a podcast showdown. I am Gary, here with my co-host,
Bear,
and
Brandon.
And we also have a special guest today. You want to introduce yourself now?
Yep. Nick.
Nick, welcome to the show. He's going to be covering hockey a little bit later. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out at Wes Anderson Music on Facebook and give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. He just released a song, didn't he? A new one?
Yes, he did. One of One, I think it was called.
And then Peanut from 311 is playing on there. That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty proud of him. Good. And happy to see all your success. And that is also on Spotify, so make sure you download that. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, the official merchandise provider for Over the Line Sports Podcast. If you're interested in doing business with them, mention Over the Line Sports Podcast and the owner, Brandon, not the one here. We'll give you a great deal on your clothing needs. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Check him out on Facebook at Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. You can also call him at 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding area. As always, nowhere else, no other countries, no other states.
We should ask him to see if he can maybe venture out to Sweden or Ireland or something like that. I mean, if we have listeners out there, Sean needs to get out there. So
yeah, he kind of does look Scandinavian, so it would make a little bit of sense.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a lot of snow to plow, so we should be fine out there, right? Make a lot of money.
He would. And so just mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. He'll give you a discount on services. Thank you to Verizon, who is a true technology business partner who helps local businesses deploy technology that positively impact operations and can increase revenue for the company. At Verizon, we do not wait for the future, we build it. Go to their website and get in touch with the sales rep in your area. Special thanks to Tim and Stephanie. Hey, Bear, I hear you have a great credit score.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Brandon,
yes, I do.
You know how you can get a good credit score?
No, tell me how.
Yeah, you got to visit Cassandra at PNC Bank, who will help you with your banking needs, whether it be loans, credit cards, or personal banking. She is there to help. Give her a call at 419-877-0634. Brandon, you can work on that credit score.
Yeah, thank you. I will.
That was it? That's the best you got?
Oh, I know it was like
Ouch.
yours was, 8 something. Did
Yeah.
you know that the top score, you were way off? Actually, you're better than that. It's 850 is the top, so you're closer to the top than you thought.
Right. I thought it went to 900, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was just reading the thing.
So you're
I check
pretty
it
damn
once every
close.
3 years, probably.
Well, you can pretty much get anything. So you know what you should do? You should buy us a building so we can have the podcast.
Or buy us a golf course.
Yeah, but if they saw mine,
There is one for sale. I showed you that.
Yeah, that was in Kansas, Ohio, though. I don't think I like places
That's
that are.
Tiffin. Oh yeah, that's
No,
where Heidelberg
I mean,
is.
that's 2 states, so I'm confused. Is it in Kansas or is it in Ohio? I don't know.
I'm not sure either, but
It's in Kansas, Ohio, near Tiffin, where
Yeah.
this kid over here played defensive line and had 3 sacks in college.
Yes,
Is there an Ohio, Kansas?
That's a good
there
question.
might be.
If Stat Guy was here, we have a new Stat Guy, which it is actually Jake, but surprisingly, he's late, just like the other Stat Guy.
Typical stat guy being late. That just makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
So he's filling right into the old stat guy shoes.
Well, I guess Stat Guy update. Have we heard from him yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I think he's still alive. I saw him put something on Twitter. He's still alive, but whatever.
That doesn't mean that. I mean, it could be like a burner account or something like that. Maybe that's not him.
Could be.
Maybe that's like Kevin Durant or something.
Ooh, might be.
Thank you. That was
It
great.
could have been all the haters on Ian Book getting suspended, but
Yeah.
it could
It
have been
would
that
be.
burner account.
I had to give him a heart attack.
I figured that was Brandon's
That was
burner account.
one of the
actually,
time you guys were vibrating in my pocket. Yes, we were.
it was really odd.
So
yeah.
do you want me to give the quick MLB update before NHL?
Yeah, you do a quick MLB update.
All right. So the Yankees got destroyed in New York the last 2 nights, so the Red Sox are moving on. Astros at Red Sox Saturday night, and then we got the Dodgers at the Brewers. So, Bear, your nice picks are still alive.
Yes, yours looking better than mine, even though the Dodgers look pretty well. And actually, the Astros looked really good.
Yeah.
Just a little bit on that. I was extremely disappointed with Cleveland. My God. I mean, you have 4 200 strikeout pitchers. One of the best offenses in baseball, and they mustered up a whole 6 runs, I think, in 3 games.
And they had
Not the time to go cold, that's for sure.
the 10 teams that were there. They had like the 7th best record, 7th or 8th.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, I mean, they matched up well, and really they played them very tight. They just had a couple bad innings, and then in Game 3, they were up 2-1 and ended up losing 11-3, so that just kind of tells you how it went. It's a little bit disappointing. This offseason is going to be big for them. I think that they need to re-sign all their pitchers, but it's going to be hard to keep all that offense with these pitchers that they got. So They're not the Yankees and have $300 million to spend every year. They only have like 80 or something.
No, wait a minute. The Yankees are actually like third or fourth now in payroll.
Okay, sorry.
And
So the Red Sox are like 550, and
Yeah.
the Yankees have, and the Dodgers have 400, and then the Yankees are like 350 or something. My bad.
They're going to jump. At least some of their guys, most of their guys now are homegrown. Most of them.
Yeah. I mean, they did pick up a couple people there at the end. That actually, really killed them. I think that really,
agree.
it was kind of like Cleveland. Aaron Boone managed the playoffs terribly, just like Tito Francona did. I think he pulled starters too soon. He didn't have the healthy Andrew Miller from a couple years back that he could rely on, and that showed. The bullpen wasn't exactly what it needed, and they could never really get to Brad Hand with a lead to get them to close out a game. And then when Cody Allen came in, the former closer, who's kind of the setup man now, he sucked too, just like he did as closer, which is why they took him out of the role originally. So I'll be excited to see him go next year. That'll be really nice. Keep Brad Hand. I wouldn't mind Andrew Miller leaving either. He's too injury prone now. I think I hate to say he's past his prime, but he just doesn't have what he had the last few years with these injuries. And being a tall, lanky guy that he is on the mound, he's just going to keep getting injured. He's not going to play a full year again.
Now, just for my education, is Tito related to Terry?
No,
Okay.
he's not. They're
I figured Tito.
doppelgangers. I mean, everyone in Cleveland calls him Tito. We call him Tito.
There you go. All right, so
Wet Brandon's whistle.
I know you kind of probably already answered my question here, but a lot of reports I saw yesterday or today, I'm sorry, is the Cleveland run over? Are they done? Do you think they peaked? Or
No.
do they still have more in the tank?
No, they still have young talent there. They still have a good lineup. They can re-sign Donaldson for cheap. They can get these guys. Encarnacion may be gone, but they're going to keep the core. They're going to keep the Lindor, the Ramirez. I think they're going to keep Kipnis, but I wouldn't mind to see him get traded or get out of there. He's just struggled the past couple years with injuries. It's one of those things. So I think that if they can keep their pitchers there, the four main guys, Bauer, Carrasco, Klubler, and Clevenger, and keep a few of the core offensive guys, I think they'll be just fine. They'll still be a playoff team, but they're going to need a lot more firepower to contend with the Red Sox and contend with the Yankees coming forward. And and no matter what, New York's going to pick up the stud.
They're probably going to try to get Bryce.
Bryce is going to Chicago or he's going to New York, so we're going to find out. And it'll be interesting to see. It's just going to be tough to contend with those teams. So I wouldn't say they've peaked. I'm saying that they're going to need more. They're going to need more talent to be able to beat the Astros, beat the Yankees, beat the Red Sox. I think that division is still weak. So I think that they can still go 88 and whatever and win that division by a few games.
Yeah, because it's going to be probably Astros, Red Sox, Yankees for the next 5 years, and then whoever's out of the Central.
I don't see the Yankees going anywhere. The Yankees will be there definitely for a while. Harper, I can see him. Yeah, either Chicago Cubs or the Yankees. They're going to open up the checkbook, pay the money for him. But we'll see. It should be an interesting offseason. I know we still got 2 more series left, but
and quickly, being a Cubs fan, how do you think Harper would fit in? I mean, because that offense is stacked. Is that what really is needed? Do they need another bat, or they need some better pitching? Because it seems like this year they needed some better pitching.
Yankees don't need him either, but
I think you're just getting them to add more another more power to that bat, to that lineup. But I don't think they actually need him. But the Yankees don't need him.
You got to
either,
think when you, like you said, when you get guys like this, and you have, like I said, the Cubs, they have a decent payroll, but not one of the highest. You're going to lose other people like that, and you can't be losing the Javi Baez's, the Chris Bryants who you need to pay, the Anthony Rizzos who you need to pay. You want those guys to be there for 20 years. You don't want to get Bryce Harper for 3 to 4. I mean, because you're going to sign him to an 8 to 10 year deal for $300 million because he's going to be that money man.
He'll probably ask for $4 million, so it's going to be a lot. So
$4 million.
Well, if he gets,
$400.
If he only asks for $4 million,
sorry.
then sign him. Sign him now. I'll sign him.
Yeah,
with my credit score.
Yeah, there you go. Can I borrow him with my credit
Start
score?
my own baseball team.
No, I'm sorry, $400 million. So it's definitely going to be an interesting offseason. I know, like I said, we still got 2 more series left, the ALCS and the World Series, obviously. But
what would your team be, by the way? Point Place Polar Bears?
Ooh, I like that one. That would be a good one.
For what?
Oh my God!
My baseball team. When I
You just
create
said he's
one.
going to start baseball.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I
First
was
signing's
going
Bryce
to
Harper.
have you back cleanup, but not anymore. You're off the team.
So,
Hey, well, last time I betted cleanup, I went 4 for 4 with 2 triples.
Oh
and
my
2
God, here you
singles.
go.
I was gonna, and you probably lost a tooth that day. I was gonna sign you for a pack of Haribo gummy bears a week and a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Would you
I'll
accept?
take it.
Would you accept? That's
I'll
what I
take it.
figured.
So for
I'll take it.
I'll ask you because I'm the Yankees fan. What you think? Okay, so they've got Stanton out there, they've got Judge out there in the outfield, they've got Hicks, who is a great player, and they've got McCutchen and Gardner. So you sign Harper.
Gardner's gone. I think that he'll get released. McCutchen, they'll probably. I don't know.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, I was about to
he's
say
gone.
he won't get. That was a rental. That
Yep.
was just another bat because they did have injury. They think they signed him. Was it right after Judge got hurt? Right.
Judge and then Gardner, of course, went down, so they needed somebody
they
out there in
needed
the outfield.
someone and got him. So yeah, he was a rental. I don't see them re-signing him. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, the Yankees are still going to be stacked. You got to keep Hicks out there. He's a good young talent. I mean, I would hate to replace him with Harper, but Harper can also come in and DH. So, or you can have Stanton DH
or
and
Judge.
You can play, and you can play them, however you want in the outfield because they can really play all positions. I know Bryce is more of a center fielder.
Where does he usually bat, Harper?
He's
Harper's
usually
normally cleanup because he's.
Yeah.
So you think he would lead off?
He actually no. He does bat 3 because Zimmerman was batting 4.
He bounces back between 3.
He struggled
3 and
this year
4,
though, so
Do
he was down
but
at
do you
7th
think,
and 8th.
You think they
Yeah.
might put him at leadoff because then you have Judge behind him, Stanton behind him,
He's done it.
Sanchez
He's done it
behind him.
before.
Yeah, wouldn't you? He could, but wouldn't you put?
Hicks.
You'd want to put speed up there.
Yeah, you'd have probably Hicks, then Judge.
Who's the
then
kid? Who's the Andujar?
Andujar. Well, he's a power hitter too.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thought he
He's
had
about-
some wheels with him.
So Andujar would probably be 5th. You'd probably put, like you said, Hicks would be 1 because he was a lot of the year. Judge would still be 2. Harper'd be 3, Stanton 4, Andujar 5, Sanchez 6, Torres 7th, and then just
Gregorius?
what? Glaber Torres.
No, I was going to say Gregorius. Don't you guys still
Oh,
have
we got
Gregorius?
Didi. He can be anywhere
Yeah,
in there.
that's what I was.
And
yeah.
then your 9 would be your catcher, whoever. Well, it's Sanchez.
Sanchez, but Sanchez.
So it'd be Void or Bird would be. Yeah, you can just do that. Lineup would be.
It would be sick, and you have a good.
insane.
You have a good. You could play it however you wanted. You could go righty lefty, righty lefty. Go righty righty lefty lefty. I mean, there's so many different combinations they could put together. The problem is Aaron Boone. I mean, he did not manage well at all. And
First year manager too.
yeah, but I saw
And you go
a
to the
lot.
Yankees.
I mean, and I know that the Yankees. I know how the Yankees fans are. Most of them, including yourself sometimes. Not mostly, but sometimes. I know how they are, and they all just shit on him the entire time in the playoffs.
I was okay with him. It's just they all made stupid decisions. What pissed me off the most is, I don't know if you saw this morning or this afternoon, CeCe comes out and starts bashing Angel Hernandez, the
I saw
home
that.
plate umpire.
Nobody likes him, though.
4
Yeah.
controversial calls that he made that went under review.
But they were like Porcello. He wasn't that who
Porcello.
pitched, or Porcello.
Yeah.
He pitched yesterday, and it's like he was okay with him too. And I was like, whatever.
And
You can't look at me like that for messing up a name. How many names does this guy mess up?
yeah, Kopika.
Kopika,
Yeah.
Chicago Cubs.
Well, and a lot of people
Did
are
I say that?
A lot of people are critical on Angel Hernandez. He's a terrible umpire, and anytime he's behind the plate, he's like the Ed Hockley of the MLB. It's got to be
Jacked.
about him. It's Ed Hockley given his penalty reviews, and it takes like 10 minutes to describe a holding. It's like, come on, Ed. Like, I don't have all day here.
Well,
Holding
I don't
number
know why-
75 grabbed the left piece of the jersey.
I don't know why when this stuff happens they don't just call another ump in. I don't know why they don't.
Because he's the head crew chief. You
Well,
can't
yeah,
just
I know.
change that out.
I know.
You
but-
mean like sub out and up?
Yeah, just sub it out. Again earlier today I heard.
So
a bunch
like
of
the
people talk-
managers have to say we're subbing out the ump.
Major League
Well-
Baseball lose so much credibility if they did that. It
Yeah,
would be so
I
bad.
heard a bunch of stuff on the radio today about that because I was flipping back and forth between a couple stations, and they were talking about that. Why? I know it'll never happen because yes, they will lose a lot of credibility. But why don't they just, if somebody's having such a bad, I think even a player, maybe it was CC or something said it. If we have a bad day, we pull us out, they take us out of the lineup. So I know they would lose credibility. But,
That's a different.
But
different
4
situation.
controversial calls like that, and then 6. Wasn't it 6 and then 4 got overturned or something?
Speaking
or 4
of
got
which,
under review.
before this all happened, what was the worst call you've ever seen in baseball?
Mine was the Armando Galarraga.
Yep, I
no
wanted
hitter,
you to say it.
Perfect game. It was a
perfect game.
It was a perfect game. Bottom
Last
of the ninth,
out.
2 outs, and I think it was who was it? Oh man, I'm stumping on the name, but it was Cleveland.
Yep.
And
I watched the game. I remember he was safe by a mile.
he was
So bad. He got screwed.
Yeah, I was watching it, and come to find out, my dad's girlfriend is stepmom to their cousins or something like that.
Wow.
Something.
You talking about Joyce?
Yeah, Joyce.
Yeah,
He's
like,
Joyce. He's from Toledo.
He's
Damn
a
it.
cousin.
I was
Like my
gonna-
grandma was explaining. He's a cousin of
Yeah.
some sort. I'm like, I don't want to be
I was just
my
about to
dad,
ask,
yeah.
I was just about to ask Brandon that. You remember who the ump was that made that call?
Yeah, it was Jim Joyce. So yeah,
So it might be
that's by
related
far.
in some weird way. Great.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So moving on. Let's go into NHL. Bear, I'll let you take it from here. Introduce our guest and everything from there.
All right. As he introduced himself earlier, we have Nick in here. What'd you say? SHL legend or just player?
Yeah, just player this year.
Beer league legend or no?
Definitely a beer league.
Beer-
Tuesday night's a real beer league.
Beer league
Hardcore.
legend.
Beers before and after.
I know that we were talking last night that you are, kind of a free agent. You're playing in a couple leagues, but you just got picked up and played last night.
Yeah.
Where'd you play at last
10
night?
o'clock, Tamo, Sylvania.
Do you get as many people on a Tuesday night as you do on a Wednesday night?
Yeah, I think there was one guy in the crowd.
Nice. and your crowds are normally, what, 3 to 5 people? And they're all up at the bar upstairs?
Our championship game had 4, so it
Okay.
was,
So do you guys have like girlfriends or wives or anything? Since you only have 4, it makes me
The-
question why you only have 4 people.
10 o'clock games are tough because you don't leave till about midnight.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
Some shitty.
You got to grind it out in the early years.
And as we go, you did win the SHL championship this year, is that correct?
We did.
What
we
was
did.
the final score of that game?
12-4.
12 to 4. Nice.
Did you score in that game?
I did not.
Did you have any assists?
Yeah.
Some hits.
I had 2 or 3 assists that game.
And you play defense.
Yeah.
What's your
Yep.
number?
My number was 2 that league.
You switch your number every week. You don't
It
keep the same
changes with
number.
jersey size. It's complicated.
Do you
So
have
you
to
were a
br-
tiny jersey. Is that what that was?
That it's actually kind of backward because
Is it really?
it kind of goes 1 to 9,
Yeah, 1 to 9.
12 to 20, and then
Yeah.
it goes into the 60s. I'm not real sure how that works.
You should have been number 91.
They didn't have that.
He literally just said it only goes up to like 26.
It goes up to like 67. or
91.
something.
No.
Yeah.
Good one, Brandon.
Yeah, great one.
Thanks for that. Just go back to eating your gummy bears.
Thank you.
Be a rebel.
Appreciate
Be
it.
91.
How can he be
I'll,
91 when
I'll
they don't
tape
supply
my number
that?
on next time for you, Brandon.
There you go. See, be a rebel.
With safety pins.
Nick is not Russian, so I don't think that he can be 91.
This isn't the USSR. You can't just do what you want.
Who was 90? Fedorov?
Fedorov was
Yeah.
91.
Yeah.
So back into that. So I want to hear also you're in BG right now, right?
Yeah, 3-on-3. Yep.
That's just 3-on-3.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So why do you just play 3-on-3 on BGs?
Well, the fall they start the college starts and then all the club teams start. So the main rink's taken most nights, and then they have the small rink which we play. It's about a little less than half size. It's all right. So it's not overly crowded, but it's fast.
So how many people are on your team?
5. Well, 6 with
I
the
thought he
goalie.
was going to say like 37, but we only play 3 on 3.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
no.
I figured
5.
that's what I was guessing because I feel like those shifts would be forever for you beer leaguers smashing natty lights before you get out there. You have to be gassed after a 30-second
My longest shift this summer was 15 minutes, and I
Oh my God.
I about needed a stretcher to get off because they had some people show up late.
How many people have yacked on the ice?
I've seen one guy puke in the trash can, but not on the ice. Usually they make it off.
So
I have seen dip spit on the ice. but
So when you're out there playing, having a good time, so did you, when you guys won the league, did you hoist a cup?
they didn't have a cup for the summer league, but it was unlimited beer and pizza at the bar, so I'll take that.
So just for that night?
Yeah, like after the game.
Oh, I figured, you guys would get it like a week or a month and you'd be just living at the bar.
Although in the winter league, which I'm too young to play in at this point,
Wait, how old do you have to be to play in the winter league?
35 is, but they say 32.
So we're all too young.
Yeah.
Brandon's the closest.
But they give you, if you win, you get all you can eat steak and, unlimited beer. It's a really nice dinner.
I'm watching Brandon's reaction to the all-you-can-eat food and beer, and I'm pretty sure he's about to get into hockey right now.
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty good at hockey. So I'm also very hungry. So yes,
you were terrible at hockey.
Best sit-down goalie in Toledo?
No,
He didn't play good.
I
He was
was
taken by somebody else.
roller hockey. I was sick with the puck. Let's just put it that way.
No, use a ball in roller hockey, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah, we use a ball, but we'd play out there and then we go out in shoes after we played in rollerblades. I remember checking you into the tennis court net one time and you're like, The hell, man, this isn't legit. Why are you checking me into the net? I'm like, you were there. I needed to score a goal.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked. I didn't know he had that much power.
It's all about leverage when it comes to checking.
Oh, you learned I had that much power when I was behind. Okay, move on.
So, anyways, being a semi-free agent and getting picked up in this Tuesday night league, are you going to keep doing that, or are you open to other opportunities in other beer leagues?
As long as it's not Tuesday and Sunday night, I'm open. I wrote the check yesterday, so I'm locked in.
So wait, you have to pay to be in the league.
Yeah, unfortunately,
They don't pay
for
you.
now, it's a tax write-off, but, whatever.
Hey, that works.
I mean, what are your aspirations of becoming after beer league? Are you just going to play beer league till you're 55 and can't skate anymore?
Well, Seattle's opening up an NHL team, so there's hope on the horizon for us all. Saw
Did-
the new practice rink today. They came out with the designs, pretty slick. No
I-
name yet.
I was about to say, didn't you try to get to the Red Wings Dream Camp or something like that this offseason?
Oh, yeah, the fantasy camp.
How'd that go?
It was full within 4 days, so on the waiting list.
Gotcha. Maybe for next year.
Hoping there's some scouts walking
Why
around.
did you take 4 days to try to get onto the team?
Because I didn't know about it.
Oh, but now you do next year.
But it's
so
a
you'll be on
camp. It's
there.
like 3 days. Stay at Motor City. Skate.
So if
2
you
times a
could,
day.
so what? Just explain this to me. What is it? ECHL, AHL, NHL? Is that the order?
You are correct.
Is
and
there
then
anything-
there's like 50 different levels below that.
So can you get into any one of those 50 below? No.
No, it's speed's not there, and the age isn't there.
Yeah, but you got to think you're not playing a 15-minute shift in minor league hockey.
That's true. But juniors is like 18 to 21 typically, and then there's an age cutoff.
Yeah, I don't need, what are you, 26, 27?
7.
Yeah.
So that's over. I'm pretty much got to hold out for some guy wandering around the bar that signs me when he's wasted.
Hey, I was about to say, you never know when people listen to this podcast, someone over in Russia might want you.
I just look
I'll
at
play in
it.
the KHL.
Yeah, I look
Plug
at him
there.
and I'm
They
like,
would destroy you.
he could,
Yeah, they
he
would.
could be goon. That's what I look. When I
If
look
I
at
have
him,
to
I'm like,
scrap, that's what I got to do.
Yeah.
Get a paycheck.
do you guys get in fights in the SASHL?
How funny you mentioned that, because the second week, which obviously a full-time hockey player, part-time chemical plant operator, but they had the second week. That was my night to work, and I couldn't make the game. But my cousin, who's our goalie, Ryan, he had texted me afterward and said that the game before ours had a fight break out on the ice, which is no big deal. Usually they'll just kick you off, basically, and then that's it. You come back next week. Well, they kicked them off, and then they started fighting off the ice, and then that carried over into the parking lot. So then the police were ended up called. So it got kind of crazy.
Did he try to take off his skate and stab a guy with it?
I don't think so. By the time the cops were there, they were already in tennis shoes. So
I'm picturing them
You just see-
sitting down, just pissed off, taking off
It
their
was-
skate.
it
like,
was-
I'll see you in the
it was
lobby.
a big deal because you have to. Everybody's got like a USA Hockey membership, and the USA Hockey got involved, so they had to watch the film, and the guy that runs the league had to get involved. So they ended up just kicking the guys out, basically.
Wow.
Can't even throw knucks anymore in the old hockey rink.
No,
That's why I don't
it's a real
play.
shame.
That's my prime.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in this SASHL, I know that it's like, I don't know how to put it, quadruple minor league, pretty much. I mean, we're talking.
Yeah, same.
High school hockey is probably better than this. Yeah.
Flow wise, yeah, because nobody knows how to move the puck really, and
Does everyone skate with their
the
head
speed
down,
isn't
staring at the
there.
puck?
Yeah, there's a lot of passes that.
Do you want to just nail somebody when you see that? Just lower your
I mean,
shoulder.
it's
right
whatever,
at some
it's-
50-year-old guy
you know.
coming down the ice.
I mean, there's some guys that couldn't skate real well, and if you knew if you passed it to them, it was just
Happy Gilmore
might as well
couldn't
have
skate
iced
real
it.
well, and he was a great hockey player.
yeah. But he had heart.
Yeah, he was a better golfer, I think.
Yeah. Agreed.
But with that, it does get a little bit physical. What's your padding like? That puck coming at you, you wearing a lot of pads like the NHL or not?
I wear full pads and then I wear a visor.
I
Yep.
think you were telling me that your cousin Ryan, the goalie, took one. Where did he take one at?
Right on the leg here. I'll pull it.
Right on the leg. Yeah, I think you were
It's,
telling me about this picture, and I know I didn't tell Gary and Brandon about this because I want to see their reactions. But
Oh shit.
thank you. That's what I wanted off of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So pretty much the
Got a shout out to
SASHL.
Ryan for putting the line. That was during the championship game.
There you go.
But it
Did
was
he
tight.
make the save?
He made the save.
Awesome.
Do you see? You just saw his leg. I just heard the
Oh,
oh
it still
shit.
could
The puck got stuck in
Well, it
his
could have
leg.
went like down under and between his legs, 5 hold it.
Yeah, I think he probably couldn't walk for a good week after that. I think it was more purple than freaking.
He's still
Barney
got it. It's still bruised up.
Barney
That
the
was
dinosaur.
5 weeks ago.
And either that or probably a little bit more orange than gritty. One of the two. Is that your favorite? Is that your new favorite mascot?
He
Gritty?
is becoming quite the rave in the old hockey world.
Oh, the Flyers mascot.
Yeah.
There's people getting tattoos of him. And,
What?
Oh yeah,
That doesn't surprise me.
And
It is well. First of all, it's Philly, so anything they do there doesn't surprise me. But
They were
Yeah,
playing
you're
the
right.
Sharks, and he went into one of the local stores and just cleared off the shelf all the stuffed animal sharks and
stomped
stomped
on
them.
him. Did a belly flop.
Kids are yelling in the background, and he didn't care. You know.
It's like, no.
He dumped. He took. I saw a video on SportsCenter. He took popcorn and dumped it on this guy's head. Like took the popcorn he just bought, dumped it on his head.
So if you can't be an NHL player, which it sounds like you're not going to make it there,
Yeah,
you're
long
talking. You're talking what? Being gritty would be the next best thing, or Zamboni driver? Which one?
Ooh, Zamboni driver for the Red Wings would be legit since I started the Zamboni riding. A lot of people don't know that.
Tell the story.
Back in, it had to have been 97, 98. We had season tickets when I was a kid. They won the cup that year. And
Thanks, Dick.
my dad wanted a picture of
Nick.
me next to the Zamboni, so
yeah.
we stayed after.
Nick.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I forgive you. And so we went down there, and the guy said, "Hey, you can hop on the Zamboni if you want." We took a ride around. My dad's got the video and pictures somewhere. I got to get them. But that's how that all started. And then before that, they were doing raffles, and then, you know.
So you're responsible for all the kids riding around the Zambonis everywhere now. pretty
Yeah,
much.
however much money that raises is.
Yeah, so did you get a patent on that so that you could make it? Obviously, now you're
if
sitting
I
here
get
at
these
this
pictures,
podcast.
if I get these pictures, then because there wasn't even a seat on the Zamboni at that time.
Yeah.
Now they have a seat on it.
If I know your old man, he deleted them a long time ago.
I don't know. I remember the camera was a Sony, so I'm not sure. If he, still has it. He probably still has it in his desk drawer.
Oh, good.
All right, so we're going to go into a little bit on the NHL season. I know you're a big NHL fan. You're a big Red Wings fan, just like myself and Brandon, the outcast Gary being a Pens fan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this
It's
year,
embarrassing.
obviously the Wings are in rebuild mode. How do you think they're going to fare this year?
The thing with the Red Wings is that they have a lot of talent. They have, more rookies now than they had in the 80s, which it's whatever. And obviously the loss of Zetterberg's a big deal in terms of leadership and, on him being on the ice. I think I wrote down some numbers here. They had in 2017 last season, he was on the ice for 78 of the 212 goals that they scored.
Jesus.
When he was on the ice, they outscored opponents by 25, and when he was off, they were outscored by 65. So clearly, he made a big difference. It's obviously a leadership loss. He was like 37 years old, but they are very fast, as we saw when we went to the opener.
Yep.
They just have some decision-making problems, which happens when you're a rookie.
We saw the defense is still struggling.
The
We
defense
saw a lot of
struggles.
turnovers by Howard. I think what did they get outshot that game? Was it like 38-17 or something? They
The
did not
first
have a
one,
lot of shots.
It was like 20 to 39.
Yeah, it was, and I think they got 4 shots to 1 in overtime, and of course the one shot Columbus took was a snipe in the corner.
And the other thing is that they had 17 block shots. So they were shooting the puck, which the head coach is like, they need to shoot the puck more because they were dilly-dallying with it. We saw that a few times.
Yeah.
But with the weak defense, it makes it hard to judge the goaltending. I personally like Bernier over Howard.
I
think
haven't
he
been a
is-
Howard fan for the last 5 years.
I think he's quicker. He's got more awareness. I think Howard's kind of complacent at this point in his career.
Yeah, and I know that Ryan, we were talking about that when we were at the game. I know Ryan likes Howard and thinks he should stay, but he should have been traded 3 or 4 years ago when he was at the top of his game, and they could have got anything. They could have built Mrazek into that goalie. Obviously, they traded Mrazek away, which is a little bit disappointing. So going off of that, with some of the questionable decisions Ken Holland has made lately, we know all the rumors. We have a good feeling that Stevie Y is going to come back to the organization. Holland's on his last year this year, I think. Either this year or next year. He only got a 2-year extension. So do you think Stevie Y comes back in that role, and how do you think he's going to turn that team?
I am hopeful that he will. I think he will. Him making the big move that he made, stepping down, and just come to find out, he's been living in Michigan this whole time.
Really?
So he's
Didn't
been
know
flying back and forth, which I did not know that until a couple weeks ago. But so he's a Michigan guy still, and I think he has a lot of passion for the Red Wings. There was some bad blood when he left, but I am hopeful that he will return, and I will give him. The first year is going to be rough for him, and I think after that, after the rookies get seasoned, and if they re-sign some of them, I think he'll be able to turn them around. Especially with him in his history. In the '80s, he was signed. He was 18 years old.
Yep.
and made the impact, had as many points as he did.
Put the C on him immediately.
I don't think they'll have a problem. I'd like to see him. I wouldn't be surprised if he was skating in practice, but we'll have to see. How that goes.
And he, like you said, from then he was the captain right when he joined the team. He is the captain. Obviously, as Red Wings fans, we know that. So right now, the Red Wings are in a unique situation. Obviously, losing Zetterberg, he technically hasn't been released. He hasn't retired. He's still on the team, so he is the captain. He's not going to play. He's done. So they have 4 assistant captains. Who do you think's going to get the C? And I have a feeling that it's probably going to be given when Yzerman, I would assume, gets that job. What do you think? Who's going to get that?
I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I really don't, because I think the like you said, they'll probably go without one this year, and
Probably next year.
maybe next year. It depends if one of these rookies wants to step up, but we got to see. Everything can change in the offseason, so I don't know, and I don't have an answer.
Okay. Brandon, you look like you want to interject on the captain conversation, so please do.
I was just going to ask Nick, what do you think about Dylan Larkin stepping up, taking that C?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not impressed. It's been 4 games into the season. 3 games for some, 4 games for other. 5th game's being played tonight. It's too early for me to tell.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I watched some of the film from their camp. It's hard. Obviously, the rookies are out working the guys with the long contracts, so it's. I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to see we'll meet up, mid-season, and then maybe All-Star break, and we can talk about it.
Yeah, and I think that, everyone's thinking it's going to be Larkin. He's the kid. He's the one everyone wants to be. And his rookie year, he had a great year. And then last year, when he got a little bit more and everyone thought it was going to be great, kind of dropped off a little bit. He didn't have that good of a year, and, it's been 3 games. So it started off slow for him this year.
As an outside fan, who are the other? What you got? Cronwall, whatever. However you say his name.
Cronwall, Justin Abelkader, and Franz Nielsen.
So Cronwall, he's done after this year.
Pretty much, yeah. Right? He's
so he won't get
He's
it.
old and beat up, and it's going to be disappointing. He has been a great defenseman. Abelkader is my favorite player. He has been for the last few years.
By the way, do you know where he went to college?
Michigan State.
Thank you.
Yes. And
Good party town.
He's Lansing.
I was hoping he'd get the C. I don't think he will, just for the fact that he's not like the star. He's an amazing role player and a guy in the back. He's just not the star of the team, so I just don't see him getting that captain. As the captain's the guy who's the star of the team. He's going to be the one out there, and I think that's why they want to give it to Larkin. Abelkader isn't old, but he's up there. I think he's like 29 or 30, and Larkin's like 22, 23.
Well, this is history for me because I have no idea. When Yzerman got to see, he was there a long time. Was Fedorov wasn't there yet, or was he there?
Fedorov came in the late 80s, I think, right?
So it was like the big Russian thing.
The Russian
they all
five
came
in
at the same time.
Yeah, but
so was he there
in 84?
So he was. Damn, he was there that long.
I think Yzerman got drafted in 83.
Yeah, that's what I think. Go
And
ahead, Brandon.
No, I think Fedorov came in, I want to say 87, 88. He came in a little later.
What I just said.
That's what he just said.
Who said 80? Who said 84? Someone said 84.
I know.
He said Yzerman came in at 84.
Oh,
Yzerman.
okay.
He's not listening.
84,
No.
He sees
Yeah.
Burger King must have just came up on the TV.
Yeah, I'm going to say
You got the
87.
2-for-5 Whopper bag.
I'm going to say 87, 88. I mean, Fedorov, that's why I said number 91 earlier, because Fedorov, my favorite hockey player growing up. So Fedorov, yeah, came over, I want to say 87, 80.
Because his name is Sir Gay.
Maybe.
Dick.
And then he was there until, I think, right after 2003, or was it 2004?
Maybe 4. He went to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, then he got traded, or I think he signed
Fedorov did?
something. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I was a little
it was
disappointed
late.
about that, but
But he had the old iconic white Nike skates, which everybody wanted back then. So
He did, and he was an absolute monster.
he was fast. Could
He
handle
was
the
fast.
puck.
I liked watching it. He was fast. It was insane.
Yes, and the biggest thing with the Red Wings is that they have a great history of captains, and I think that's why they're going to wait, because you went from Yzerman to Lindstrom to Zetterberg. I mean, that's hard to beat right there. You can't find better players than that. I mean, we're talking Hall of Famers all around the board.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's the organization, and it's weird right now that they're not great. That they made what? 26, 25 straight playoffs, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So it's odd not seeing them up there. But every team has to rebuild eventually. We know that. It just so happens that from the time we were born, Nick and me, they never missed the playoffs until 2 years ago. So it's all we knew were playoffs no matter what.
Did I ever tell you that in 2011 when I was on doing the Thomas the Train tour, we had we had one of the production managers, his dad is like a big shot for Home Depot. So they have a suite there, and his dad's in the suite. They have 20 tickets. So they took 20 of us who were fourth row when they game one against Phoenix, the 20th year. So I have the 20-year towel somewhere. Yep. And I was like, I'd never been to the Joe to watch a game. And, as a Penguins fan, I was like, I'm rooting for the Red Wings today. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm doing this shit.
Yeah. Well, we went to a playoff game, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That's when we were there. They won like 6-2 or 3 or something,
Yeah.
and it was a playoff game against Phoenix. It was insane. That was my first game there. Nuts. And I'd been to like an Islanders game in New York on that same trip.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Not even close. I'm like, these people are hockey fans?
No, there's only one hockey town.
There was, believe it or not, at an Islanders game, a Jets chant. At an Islanders game. Well, you can probably believe that because that's what they do.
They don't, because in New York they don't care about hockey, and the Rangers haven't been good since the early '90s, so they could give two craps about that anymore.
Right.
My last Red Wings based question, this one, Nick, I'm going to ask you first, and then I just want Brandon to go in as well. Our first draft pick this year, Filip Zadina out of Czech Republic, the 6th pick. They said he could have been the number 1 overall pick. Mm-hmm. The fact that he dropped to 6, I think, is impressive. He's going to be playing for Grand Rapids. He's 18 years old. He's going to be 19 in November. The kid is a left winger. I have a feeling he's going to be really good. It worries me that they didn't get defense early in the draft. But when it's one of those things that I kind of put toward the NFL. You need something. You're drafting 18th, and you need an offensive lineman, but that one guy you want drops to you, who is an all-star talent that you already have 3 of, that is still going to make plays. You take him. And I think that's what the Red Wings did here, and I really like it. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be a big producer? I mean, hell, this kid could be the C one day. I mean, it's insane.
The kid, after watching their, the rookie camp and everything, he shredded. I mean, it was unbelievable. They did shootout competitions, and it was unbelievable how he can handle the puck and keeping his speed. He will, I think, once he eventually moves to the Red Wings, he's very young, but once he moves to the Red Wings, he will probably morph into a center. I'm going to predict that.
And that would make sense. I'd like to see that.
Because he's fast, and he can be all over the ice, can be everywhere at the same time. So we'll see how he does with Grand Rapids and how he matures, especially attitude's a big thing for coaches when people are that young, they're making that kind of money. So we'll see how he handles it.
And the kid's been playing professional hockey since he's 15 years old over in the Czech Republic. So he's been playing pro hockey for 3 years already. Granted, it's not the NHL, but those leagues over there in Europe aren't anything to bat your eye at. I mean, even in Russia, the KHL, there's a lot of good players, a lot of NHL talent that plays over there. So it's not like it's the ECHL where it's just let's go out, throw around a couple pucks and fight a little bit, try to get there. Because we go to walleye games all the time. You can see the talent, and you can just see the guys out there that are getting
they're trying to get a paycheck,
the $40,000 check and the per diem for the year, and then that's about it. So because it's fun to them, and I'm not knocking them, but there's just guys who are just not quite that talented. But I think this kid's gonna be really good. I'm excited for the future, and I think when Stevie Y comes in, he's gonna change that franchise back around to another 20 straight playoff appearances and whatnot.
Yeah, well, he definitely. The thing about playing over in Europe is the rinks are bigger and it's less physical, so everybody's got to be faster and they have to be more skilled. So a lot of people come over here. They have to adjust to the smaller rink, adjust to the physicality. But that didn't seem to faze him when they were in camp, because I watched quite a few videos. I watched their tournament up in Traverse City, and it didn't faze him a bit. So I'm looking forward to watching him. I was hoping he was going to play for the Red Wings this year, but hopefully maybe he'll get moved up, especially if they struggle. So
yeah, you guys were talking about future picks, future captain picks. I love this pick right here, number 6. He fell right into our laps. I think he will be a center someday, and I think in the next couple years he will be wearing that C for the Red Wings. So that's my prediction. But yeah, I love that pick. I didn't really know much about him up until the draft, but I'm glad he fell right into our laps at 6. Yeah, he could have gone 1. But yeah, I'm glad he's 6. I'm glad he's with us, and he's gonna wear that C. That's my prediction.
Okay.
That's kind of how I felt about back in, when Malkin and Crosby came. Obviously, Malkin was the second pick behind Ovechkin, and
Yep.
the only one, and then the next year they got Crosby. And it's like, they've been good. Fun fact, take out Matt Cullen from the Penguins. He's 42 years old, and they signed him to a one-year deal. Who's the oldest player on that team?
Probably Crosby. Or Malkin if he was a year older.
Yep, 32.
Yeah.
He's the oldest guy on the
Oldest
team.
guy on the team. Wow.
Yeah, at 32, he's the oldest guy on the team.
Because you guys offloaded Trevor Daley to the Red Wings. What a mess he is.
Well, I was
Good
surprised.
God.
I saw a stat today. I
Terrible.
was surprised the average age of the NHL is 27.
Right.
now.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that too.
surprised it's that high.
I am
And
too.
you say you don't have a chance. You're 27 right
Well,
now.
and the average height's 6'2", which I am.
Yeah. Well,
Put that in
Was
there.
that a shameless
Any
plug of
scouts
your
that
height?
are looking?
You
No.
scouts are ladies.
I might be a little on the heavier
Jesus.
side.
'Cause-
You went all deep voice on it. I'm 6'2", by the way, 220.
yeah. So they've had
Slick back hair.
I have no hair. They've had Phil Kessel for several years, and people thought that like Kessel was like almost
He looks
40.
like he's 50.
Yeah, I know because
Yeah.
he's been around for so long. He was with the Leafs, and he's 31.
Yeah.
He's young. And then go ahead.
Why? I just sorry with the Phil Kessel thing, and I know Nick saw this because I think I tagged him on this, and I might have tagged you guys. I can't remember when he came back for the preseason, and the guy was interviewing him. Hey, Phil, what'd you do this summer? Same old shit. Right in the interview. Absolutely great, just straight faced and everything. I watched that probably like
Or I
100
think he
times.
said he's like, do anything exciting this summer, Phil? He's like, nah, same old shit.
Yep, and it was absolutely.
And then he
hilarious.
just turned his head away.
Well,
Right to the next question.
the fun thing was, they just signed Jack Johnson this year, who was the third pick the year Crosby got picked, and I'm like, okay, he's 31 years old too, with Columbus. I mean, he'll fit in right there with Dumoulin and Letang and Schultz. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't like the Penguins. They won 2 years in a row. Last year, I was like, I finally said, I told him too. I was like, they're not beating the Caps this year. There's no goddamn way. They've owned their ass for years. This isn't happening. And then Ovi won the cup, which was nice. But this year, like for me, the Penguin, they're not.
They're gonna transition a little bit.
Right. They're going to be like a 3 or 4 in there, and I don't think. And maybe they'll be a 2, but I mean, Caps are probably going to be the 1 again. Yeah. I just don't see them.
I don't think they'll be a 2 because I don't think they're going to win. They won't be the Atlantic or Metro Champ or whatever.
Yeah, right, because they're there.
But I have
they'll
them
probably
as
be,
a-
like I said, 3 or 4.
Yeah, and we'll get there. I have them as a 5 seed, which is right in that wheelhouse right
Yeah,
there.
because of how the seeding for NHL.
I mean, you
is
still, like I said,
absolutely
even though
shit.
I can't stand Crosby because he's a big flopping baby, and Malkin too. Malkin isn't as bad, but yeah, I mean,
Malkin at least will fight people.
Yeah, he
I was
will.
about to say, and he can grow a beard like a man. But
Can you,
go ahead.
he can't grow a beard like a man.
Oh, he doesn't play professional hockey.
Yeah.
He plays professional gummy bear eating.
Well, that is true. He grows a better beard and mustache than Crosby does. Have you seen Crosby's trash stash?
Yes, I
That is
have.
creepy.
It is absolute garbage.
I feel bad for the kids on the playground when he's around.
Like,
Goodness.
yeah. Stay with 300 feet from the playground and a Chuck E. Cheese.
Kids, we're gonna go home. Come on, let's go. We don't want a creepy hockey guy out there.
No.
So, as we just brought up the Caps, as Gary said, talking about them winning this year. First, before we get into me asking if they can repeat, how about the party they had all offseason? Did you enjoy that?
What a classic display of being a champion. That's all I have to say. And I would have done the same exact thing. Everybody gives them a bad rap. They were swimming in a
Can
fountain.
you please?
Who cares?
Yeah, please let people know what they did.
Yeah, swam in a fountain. I saw a picture of the at the Nationals game. Ovi was holding the cup in the mezzanine. They were drinking
Drinking out of the
margaritas
cup.
out of it. They salted the rim. They were eating cereal. Ocean's
Now, didn't
eating
they say
cereal.
like something that they can't do that shit anymore?
Somebody's mom did They did like a keg stand. Out
Oh
of it.
yeah, yep, they did that.
And I think that was the last straw, and as much media as it got. But whatever.
It was
Let
amazing.
them enjoy it.
That was the first cup they won.
I mean,
and
Eisenman showered with
whatever.
the thing. You don't see people making a big deal about that.
I mean, if I won that thing after waiting forever, I mean, Ovi was the best player to not win a championship, and then he finally did. So it was exciting to see. I loved watching the Caps win. I picked them to win. Actually, I can't wait to do, when we get to the playoffs, which is a long way down the road. But I went, if you didn't know this, I picked every team right except one. I think I missed on Winnipeg in like the second round or something. I went like 15-16 in the NHL. I even did it on their stupid website.
Wait, in the playoffs, or you picked it preseason?
No, in the play, like the NHL.com came up
Yeah,
with their playoff.
okay.
So with the
Yeah.
playoff bracket, I went like 15-16.
No shit.
When
And-
you get halfway, 3/4 of the season, you can tell the teams that can weather the injuries and the teams that can keep the pace. And I think, for me, I don't know about you guys. I will be keeping my eye on Toronto, Boston.
Oh.
Tampa, I'm wishy-washy about.
Tampa, I mean, it's if you're looking at Vegas odds, it's Toronto and Tampa are the top two right now. Up there.
But Toronto is going to be very, 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 very tough.
Okay. Who are your overrated teams this year? Because you just named a couple sleepers, some teams to watch out for. Who are you thinking are like everyone's thinking they're top of the top and they're just going to kind of crumble?
I think the Carlson trade to San Jose was a big deal.
Very.
Don't really think that they're going to be able to put it together this year. I mean, but we'll see. I don't know. I think they might be a little overrated. Like you said, it's so early to tell. Everybody's still trying to feel, especially a lot of new players. You know, everybody's got to know where everybody is on the ice. So between them, you know, I think Columbus could be good. They're kind of like a sleeper, I think. They might be able to hold 3-4 and then make a move.
I think in the Metro they're going to be 3 or 4. So I got them at.
They have a good squad.
It depends on the injuries. Like it's, you know, they have a couple top guys. They can move the puck really well. But
who do you have like Metro? Who do you think the top 4 teams coming out of the Metro are going to be?
I would have to say, well, definitely not in this order, but definitely Columbus, Washington, New Jersey, between Carolina and Pittsburgh for 4.
Okay. Yeah, I've got Caps, Pittsburgh, Columbus, and Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same. I just ranked it just as my top 8 with the 2 champs. So I have Boston as the 1 seed overall. I think they're going to dominate the East this year.
They probably have the best line in hockey.
They look real good.
Insane.
Yep. I mean, and they were last year, and they got beat up in the playoffs a little bit. So we'll see how that goes for Boston this year. Washington at 2, I think they're going to go back and be – I think they're going to have a little rust period here for a little bit, and then they're going to make their way into it. And then I got Toronto, Tampa, Pittsburgh, Philly, Columbus, and surprising Buffalo 8th.
Mm-hmm. Hey, guess who just showed up? Stat guy just showed. Hey, Brandon, you see what stat guy's holding? New stat guy. You need to make a comment.
Absolutely.
What's he holding, Brandon?
I think he's holding Miller Lite.
He's got a gift for you, buddy.
No, he's holding 18 of them.
That's not just one.
18 Miller Lite. So Brandon, new stat guy, by the way, which is Jake, not the other stat guy.
Better start chugging.
Just brought some 18 12-ounce cans of Miller Lite for Brandon.
Will you
Brandon.
rip one out of there and open it right
Yes,
now? Yes,
please, right now. We've been waiting for this.
I'll enjoy one with you, Brandon.
I guess we all will. You want one? Jake,
Going off,
stat guy, just get us 5 of them, Steve Weisers. 5 Steve Weisers. Let's go.
Steve Lights.
Before I forget, did I not just see a stat that Buffalo has their first winning lead of the season in 2,000 and some days?
Are you serious?
That doesn't surprise me.
2,038 days, they have a winning record.
winning
since
record?
they've had a winning record.
And so they're like the Browns and lose opening games.
But they looked really good. I watched the highlights, and
I have them finishing between the Red Wings and them. I have them at 5 or 6 in that division.
Yeah.
In that, so I mean, we'll see.
I think them and the Red Wings could have a good game, but
See, and that's why I have them in the 8th.
Thank you, Jake.
They're going to be. Yeah, thanks, stat guy. We appreciate that. I think that Buffalo is really going to be a big sleeper this year, and I have them getting into the 8th. Probably get swept by Boston in the playoffs, but they have, they've drafted really well.
they look really good. I was surprised.
They're going to be a big up and coming team here, so I'm pretty excited. As we transition over to the West, first, before I ask you who you think is going to be there, the Knights this year, big Stanley Cup hangover.
Yeah, huge. I think it will
Probably
be
won't
a
even
few
make the
years.
playoffs.
They signed so many one-year deals to get the team going. People left, and
Who do you think was their biggest loss?
I don't know, because I don't know the roster very well. But I know they had a lot of one-year deals.
What'd they sign Fleury to?
3.
3.
Okay, so he's still there.
But he struggled last game, but I think it's because his defense struggled.
Yeah.
So he was taking a lot of shots.
Did they keep Neal? James Neal.
I don't know.
Stat guy, you on
I don't
that?
think so.
New stat guy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, see, I like you said, after Vegas last year, after I won the Caps versus Vegas bet against Nick and got a delicious 12-pack of Miller Lite for that.
He went to Calgary. Thanks, stat guy.
Fleury let me down that game. Thank you, Fleury.
You take a sip of your Miller Lite because you deserve it right now for that great stat you just gave
Still
us,
my
Gary.
favorite. Still my favorite goalie.
Gary.
though.
Not stat guy's already slacking. He's about to get fired, and he's been here for 38 seconds.
Oh wait, hold on. His computer. What does it say it's doing? Updating. It had to update, man. It sat there for 20 minutes, was updating, and now you open it back up. It's got to finish its update. You'll be fine.
You're supposed to close out of the porn and delete
Get an
it
Apple.
afterwards.
Get him out of here.
I'll never buy another computer.
I'm with you. Get an apple.
Okay, so for the West, who do you have in the West? Who are your top teams?
Let me see here.
God, you're just like Brandon.
Yeah, you're like Brandon. Did your grandma give you your paperwork too?
Sorry. I was doing this at work today.
He's got his Grizzle, his Miller
You were
Lite.
taking a nap at work today.
I fell asleep for a couple minutes.
Great. This is a good show.
Pass.
Texas with a dollar sign. Okay,
Who you got?
I'll give you my West. So I think Nashville is going to be in the top of the West this year. Anaheim going to win out in the Pacific, followed by Winnipeg, San Jose, the Kings, the Avalanche, St. Louis, and Calgary. I think the West won't be as tough
Where'd
as
you
the
have
East.
Winnipeg?
I had them third.
Okay. I think they're going to – I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run, honestly.
Yeah, they did last year, and they came up a little bit short. And I think they do this year, and I'll get to that once we go over our Stanley Cup picks here. But, yeah, I don't have them in the Stanley Cup Final. I think, once again, they're going to come up a little bit short, especially if they have to run into, like, the buzzsaws of the San Jose, which I have them at fourth, but I think they're going to be a really tough out in the playoffs. If you got to play Anaheim, you got to play Nashville, you're going to be in trouble. I did make this and then saw today, I think, that Nashville raised a regular season championship banner, which makes
I
me
was
want
going to bring that up.
Is-
It's embarrassing.
Who's that?
makes Nashville.
Oh,
Regular season Western Conference champions or whatever.
It makes me want to take them off the playoffs in general for raising a
It's like all
yeah.
right.
Wait, they raised it?
They raised it. It was like a
Yes.
big thing. It's
yes
like-
for winning their conference, not
Oh,
or
yeah,
their,
the comp-
their
yeah.
division. No, their division.
Was it the division?
Yeah, it wasn't even anything. Like it wasn't anything of the Stanley Cup proportion. It was just their division or some crap like that. So yeah, that was really odd. But I still think they're going to be up there this year. They should have another pretty solid squad, and they'll probably be one in the West. And I actually do have them going to the Stanley Cup Finals this year.
Wait, who do you?
Nashville.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Really? Actually, you
Out
know
of the
who's
West.
a big sleeper for me would be Dallas.
Yeah.
I saw a couple. Granted, like I said, there's only 3 games, but they seem to sync really well. What do you think about Chicago?
I mean, I have Chicago. Oh, I didn't put Chicago in my playoffs. Well, screw Chicago. I can suck it.
I went back
I
and
hate
forth.
the Blackhawks.
I went back and forth with you on Nashville. I actually had Nashville and San Jose. I think getting Carlson helps them. They already had a Stanley Cup team. They usually choke in the playoffs. I think he's going to help them.
Yep. Well, they always beat the Red Wings when they were in
And
the
then
West,
they-
and then they
then they
choke in the
choke.
playoffs.
So give me them with Carlson. I think great addition. Put them in the Stanley Cup Final out of the
Okay.
West.
No. Well, I'm gonna go. I think
Out of the West.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was just asking.
Yeah. Who do you got out of the West?
Anaheim.
You're gonna have them.
I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
They looked really good against Detroit. Granted, it's really early.
And it's Detroit. But
I think Dallas is gonna be a sleeper too. They have. They looked really good. I was shocked.
I've read that, and I saw a couple things. I didn't have them in my playoffs, but you're right. I wouldn't be shocked if they were up there.
Yep.
They haven't been solid since Mike Modano left, so they've had a really rough go of things. But I know they have a young squad too, so they should be.
Extremely fast.
Yes, and they will cause some troubles if they do make the playoffs. That's for sure. Brandon, who do you got coming out of the West?
All right, so out of
You know what? Give us your West, and then give us the East, and then your winner. We're gonna start you off, and we'll run it back around.
Yeah, I didn't do standings or anything like that. I'm just gonna pick my Stanley Cup out of the West. It's gonna be Nashville. I think Nashville will make it. I think they'll. Well, let's just go to the East, because I think Nashville's. I think they're tough. I think they can make it this year. I know they stumbled last year against Vegas, but I think we all agree Vegas is not going to be in the. I don't even think they'll make the playoffs this year.
No.
And so out of the East, Nashville will be playing. You know what? I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh. I hate Pittsburgh. I hate Chicago, Blackhawks. But
So this is a rematch of a few years ago.
yeah, it's going to be a rematch of a few years ago. And I hope. Do you just want me to give me my winner?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope Nashville can beat them this time around and win the Stanley Cup. So I got Nashville winning the Stanley Cup.
And how many?
I'm going to go in 6 games, so 4-2.
Okay.
Nice. I was gonna, I wanted Nashville. I figured you guys might take Nashville. That's why I'm taking some like San Jose. They are at low on the Vegas odds. They're 25-1 odds. So I'm gonna stick with San Jose, like I said, to get there from the West.
Yeah.
From the East, Penguins. No, I think they lose in the first round, maybe the second, even if they get there. If it was me betting today, I would say they either don't make it or they're out in the first round. And as far as who's going to get there, I would want to say the Capitals get back there. Ovi's just a bitch to play with, but give me the Lightning. Put them there with San Jose, and because I just want an off-the-wall pick, and give me San Jose to win.
In how many?
6.
See, I think, and like I said, I hate Pittsburgh. I hate the Chicago Blackhawks. I just think Pittsburgh. You can't go wrong with Crybaby and Deacon Too Tall Jones over there, Genny Malkin. He's like 6'9".
He's like 6'3".
No,
He
Malkin.
he does look oddly tall, though. I'll give Brandon
He's
the benefit
wearing
of the
4-inch
doubt.
skates.
Well, he just looks oddly tall.
He looks oddly tall. So I think that's why I think.
Well, because he's with Crosby, who's hunched over like the frickin' hunchback of
He
Notre
looks
Dame.
like freaking Chara out there.
Yeah, he was what? Charo was 6'9", right?
Yeah, without skates.
Yeah.
Oh, not Chuck Knox with Chara.
No, I still.
And I'm just calling it, and I stat guide again because this one is still taking time. Are your computer still loading?
It's at 1%.
It's at 1%. Oh, okay.
We'll get there by
He's
next week.
6'3", like I just said.
All right.
he looks tall.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just drink your Miller Lite. So I have Nashville also coming out of the West, as we just talked about, and then I have them playing a little sleeper team in the East, Toronto. I think finally a Canadian team gets back into the Stanley Cup. I don't think they've won a Stanley Cup in it's been a long time.
67.
I don't even know if I'd call him a sleeper. Cause
I wouldn't call them a sleeper. They're going off second
They're
in the
coming
East.
hard.
They're going 1 or 2 in the East.
Are they?
Yeah, they go real
All
hard.
right, shut
Yeah,
up.
but 1967 is the
Locker room
last.
talk.
Yeah, 1967 is the last
Last
time
time
they
a
won a
Canadian team won a cup.
cup. No, when Toronto
I'm not
won.
talking about Toronto. I'm talking about a Canadian team because
Oh,
it's been a while.
It would be Edmonton, so 90.
A while.
Yeah.
Before I was born. So I think that they get back. I have Nashville beating them in 6. I just to see Babcock lose since
Excuse
they
me.
left.
Montreal 93.
93. Okay, fair enough. So I do have Nashville over Toronto in 6. So we got 2 Nashville in 6, 1 San Jose in 6. So far the West, we're pretty much saying is going to win the Stanley Cup. Nick,
I'm going to be bold on this one, and I'm going to go.
The SASHL All Stars
I'm going to go Anaheim.
out of the West.
Anaheim, and
Quack.
I'm going to say Toronto as well.
Yeah,
And I'm going to pick Toronto
Oh,
in 5.
Canada's gonna get it back.
5. Oh, I
In
like
5.
Yeah, Toronto looks tough.
They're not young, but they're extremely fast. So
Yeah, I like it. So now we got to make an NHL board. Well, good. I like. So we've got San Jose over.
San Jose. You have San Jose over Tampa Bay
I
in
was about to say, I
6.
already forgot.
I have Nashville over Toronto in 6. Brandon has Nashville over Pittsburgh in 6, and Nick has Toronto over Anaheim in 5.
So he's got East. We've all got West.
Yeah, I like it. Do we want to put a little wager out there, a beer bet maybe, if any of us are close right now, and then we can always redo mid-year after the
I
All-Star
say we
break.
just stick with our picks for the whole year. No swapping out. Just
Well, I
like
mean,
we've done.
eventually we're gonna have to swap out if your team doesn't make
we'll,
the play.
we'll
still
meet
gonna
at
do
the
a
All-Star
playoff
break.
Oh yeah, we'll have a playoff. We'll do a playoff bracket.
Yeah, we can
when
do
get
we can recap on the All-Star break and see what our teams look and go from there. And then obviously, actually, with the listeners, we'll probably do like a playoff league and do something along those lines, probably for a shirt or a case of Miller Lite, something like that.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll put that up on the board, and we will have that for whatever. And if any of our
And then
teams win, we'll do a Miller Lite.
And we'll see where our
or a beer of the person's
we'll
choice.
see where our teams finish. I like that too.
I'm just saying, if one of us picks the cup winner right now, 3 games in, I think they deserve a case of beer.
I haven't seen one game. I saw that the Penguins' first game they won 7-6 against Washington, and then they got beat.
No, the Penguins got destroyed, didn't they?
No, they won 7-6
Who'd
game
Washington
1.
play opening night?
It wasn't the Penguins. They won 7-0. Then they played Pittsburgh next night and lost 7-6.
Yeah, I don't remember. Regardless.
But they won their first game 7-0, and then they played the Penguins and got beat 7-6. Penguins were down like 6-3 or 6-4, and they came back and won in overtime. So, we got anything else more for hockey?
I don't think so. Nick, do you have anything else? Any other upcoming hockey dates, or just what you're doing, and then that's it?
Tuesday nights, Sunday nights. That's about it.
Hockey.
Keep grinding away till I get a contract.
Maybe we'll have to double your attendance on a Tuesday night or something like that.
Come down to Bowling Green. There's some not so bad looking ladies down there. They
Yeah, but you
show up.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
you
busy
just said
on
there's
Sunday
3
night.
people and 2 are guys.
That's at Tamo.
That's a
Oh,
Tamo.
that's a Tama. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe
And
we'll
Bowling
come to
Green,
BG.
you get the.
Where do you
know,
play at Bowling Green?
At the Slater Arena. There.
Okay.
Yep, on
So
campus.
maybe will they let us record there? I'm not opposed to
yeah.
recording there.
Yeah, they'll let.
What time do you play
anybody
Sunday
whatever.
nights?
Depends. So you just have to let me know what week.
What does it depend on? Everyone's
Any-
work schedule?
Any like our last week we played at 10:50 at night.
Jeez, I'm not staying up that
Well,
late.
I think
I'm
that
an
was
old
our
man.
last late game for a while. I think we play at 7 this week.
All right.
So maybe we can record part of a podcast and then do commentary
We
for the
just-
rest of the
maybe,
podcast.
Yeah, maybe we just don't do a podcast. We just do commentary
We just
and
do
put it out
commentary.
as a podcast.
Yeah.
Ryan will be there with his welted leg. So.
Beautiful.
There's Ryan out there skate. Oh, he got hit in the leg again.
Well,
Pulling Brandon's thing.
Nick, thank you for joining us and
Yeah.
appreciate all your
Thanks for
insight.
having me. It was a blast.
Yes, and don't forget, if you're looking to fix your credit score, get
Yeah.
with PNC, Cassandra at PNC. Also check out Crandall's Quality Lawn Care for your lawn. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
Does he pick up dog shit?
Yes, he does. Don't forget to check out All Wear Clothing for any of your merchandise. Maybe some of that hockey merchandise for the SHL.
Yep.
We can check them out there. And then Wes Anderson, Moments in Time. Appreciate what he does for us. And don't forget Verizon for all your business needs. So, again, Nick, thank you. Hopefully you can get some stuff from our sponsors, Verizon, PNC, All Wear Clothing, and Crandall's Quality Lawn Care.
Yep, you got it.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so switching to NASCAR, we can recap Dover real quick. But first, did you see, I texted you guys earlier, Chad Knaus and Jimmy Johnson are divorcing after their 7 championships, and Chad is going to the 24. Do you think that means that Jimmy is done? Like, not retiring, but, like, he's just not going to win any more championships?
Oh, no, he won't win any more championships. He probably pretty close to retirement, too, I would imagine. But, yeah, he definitely won't win anymore. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what other crew chiefs would want to be with him. They've been together forever, so.
They already said who it was. It's going to be who from Junior Motorsports and Xfinity, who was ever helping out one of the teams there. Do you think Chad will be a significant help to Byron? Do you think he'll win a title?
I hope so. I think he will benefit him. I think this is a good move for him. Just to go off to Jimmy Johnson, I think he's done after this year. I think he's retiring. I don't know why. I mean, he's 44, 43 years old. He's in his.
Don't you think he wants to get that 8th title?
I think he does, but after this year, this was a bad year for him. I mean, he made the playoffs, obviously, of course, but he's in a 52 race now, losing streak.
Is that what it's at now?
Yeah,
Oh my
52.
gosh.
This was a bad year for him. I don't see how he could get a new crew chief. I mean, and then do that for another year and then retire. I think he's done after this year. I think he didn't want. I know he wants the 8th. I didn't think he want the whole celebratory hoopla that goes on with a retirement. So I think that's why he's kind of kept it hush hush. I think also with Lowe's leaving, Lowe's is done as well.
Yep.
So I think everything's fallen right now. I think into place to where he's going to retire. Chad Knaus is going on to Byron. So we'll see. I think it's a good move. I think Byron can hopefully win a couple races. I'll always be a fan of the 24, whoever it is, but I think this is a good move for Hendricks.
What if Kyle Busch went to the 24?
I would have to then think about that because I don't
Really? So wait,
Yeah.
wow. So you didn't say just a flat out no.
It was the
you
number.
had to think about it.
It's the number, man. It carries a lot with him.
Yeah, it's the number, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
What if Kyle Busch was the Rainbow Warrior 24? You'd be a Kyle Busch fan.
Yeah, because he'd have Skittles, Rainbow Skittles,
Oh,
Rainbow
yeah,
Warrior.
I know it. The crew chief taking over, his name is Kevin Mendeering. Mendeering. So that'll be who's
Perfect.
taking over the 48 team. Whoever races there, whether it's Jimmy or whether it's some other up-and-comer, which I would imagine would go there.
It
And
could be anybody from Hendrick. They got a lot of guys. They would pull from Junior Motorsports too.
yeah, and Casey Kane's done too. So
Yep. And he is completely done. He
yeah,
just said he's not coming back.
He's retiring.
Now, who does? I can't think off the top of my
I
head.
mean, he's
who
not
does-
returning this year.
No, he's done.
Oh, yeah,
sick,
no,
yeah.
everything.
Because medically,
yeah,
he
he's
can't
done.
race anymore. Christopher Bell, who does he race for in the Xfinity? I can't
Oh
remember.
gosh, I couldn't tell you honestly.
So I think-
we have a stat guy for this.
We do.
Stat guy's computer is
'cause I
still
can-
updating. Is
I
that
don't know
correct,
how
Stat
that
Guy?
all works. I don't know how that all works. As far as contracts and how what kind of contracts he has with his owner. But I can see Hendricks trying to make a move to get Christopher Bell moved up to that 48
for
car.
Cup, yeah, for Cup they can just pull him. I mean, they can go sign him and sign a Cup deal because they got an Xfinity deal. So I could see that happening. Who just won this past week? Who won at Dover?
Brandon's boyfriend.
Yeah, Chase.
Chase did win at Dover.
Oh yeah, second win.
I
Won in
didn't even
overtime.
realize. I had no idea. I honestly, when I said I didn't watch a race, I didn't even know who won.
Brandon texted us freaking out.
Did
Yeah.
I was probably on the way back from some. When was that race? Sunday.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Sunday.
I was passed out, so I missed those texts.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it, but he did win. He won in overtime, beat out Denny Hamlin. Eric Amarola, he had a tough race as well. I think he had a chance to win. Like I said, I didn't watch most of this race, but Eric Amarola was up there. And from what I saw, Eric Amarola, I believe, finished out of the top 10, so he fell.
Well, while you look at that, Stat Guy did get me something that is actually pertinent. Christopher
Nice.
Bell drives for Joe Gibbs in Xfinity.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't think Joe Gibbs is going to let him go. So.
No, because they get who do they get next year? Who's coming to Gibbs?
Truex.
Truex, yeah, he's
Yeah,
going to Gibbs.
yep.
He'll be in the 19. That's right.
Yeah. So Eric Amarola, he fell to 13th place after in the race. I think he's now on a 159 race losing streak since he won. I believe it was Sonoma a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was like 6 or 7 years ago. But Chase Elliott won a second race. He now takes. He solidified himself into the playoffs, so he's now
Into
in
the next round.
Yeah, he's now into the round
With
of
2
8.
races to go.
Yep, and just a quick overlook at the standings right now. So Chase, he's number 1 because he's locked into the next round. Harvick is number 2. Kyle Busch, Truex, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney are all in the top 8 right now. So technically, right now they're in.
Who's the bottom 4?
Bottom 4 right now. It's Eric Amarola, who's 10 out. Clint Boyer, he's also 10 out, so they're tied. Kyle Larson, he's 12 out, and Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman's got a lot of work to do this race. These next 2 races,
Well,
he's 30.
This
he's
is his
34.
race to do it.
This is
If
his
he's
race
going
to
to
win.
win. This is his race to win.
He's 34 points out, so that's a long
The
haul.
only way he's
to-
getting in is he wins.
Yeah. If he wins, he's obviously into the round of 8. So, big race coming up this week. It's Talladega, one of my favorite tracks.
Talladega.
You know where that's at, Brandon?
It is. I drove right by it.
Where's it at?
Where's
It's
that?
in Talladega, Alabama. It's awesome. It's right off Route 20.
We actually drove right by it recently
Yeah,
last week.
it's Highway 20. It's an awesome track. Big race this week. I don't have the name of it. Usually I have the name of it, but I don't. Big race, Talladega.
Talladega 500.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
awesome. Talladega Nights. So,
So it's the big red 500.
yeah, the Big Red 500. So we'll see this week. Do we want to just you gues got any more about NASCAR?
Oh,
You wanna get
absolutely,
more
I
facts?
do. I mean, it's Talladega, man. This is
Alrighty,
one of
here
the
we
most
go.
exciting tracks that we have.
Hold on. It's the 1000bulbs.com 500 at Talladega.
NASCAR is running out of sponsors when we get to 1,000 bulbs.
And then
Yeesh.
it's Freight Auctions 250 at Talladega for the other one.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's FR8 Auctions.
Oh,
Freight
goodness,
Auctions.
I can't even spell. That's Alabama for you, so that makes sense. Sorry for all our listeners in Alabama. Nah, I'm not really. You guys can't read. And your football team sucks. Play someone, not the cupcakes. All right.
Well, they don't show up, so that's why they don't know. They don't
They don't know when the
show
time
up.
is because they
Yeah.
can't tell it. That makes sense. So
NASA and
for
Lockheed Martin are in Alabama, by the way.
sorry to your mom, who lives in Alabama. I'm sure she'll listen to this and punch me in the face. Sorry, Missy. So Ford has won 6 straight races at Talladega, by the way. So that's going to be huge in this. They have dominated this track recently. Logano won the spring race. He has 3 wins here since 2012. Kesler has 4 wins here since 2012. Ford has just absolutely crushed this track, which is weird because it seems like it's more of a lucky sort of race. But at the end of the day, the cream of the crop's going to rise. You just got to stay away from the big one or the second big one. I don't remember in the spring race, did they have any large wrecks? I can't recall.
Yeah, I can't recall really either, but I know there was at least 2. It was
Was Danica still racing, or she just do Daytona?
She just did Daytona
Okay,
and
'cause she-
what else?
Indy
Indy 500.
Indy, yeah. I just figured she would have caused it like she normally does. So, Ford here, I think is going to be the pick this week. Eventually, they're going to have to lose, and I'm sure since I'm going to take a Ford driver this week, it'll be this week that they lose.
I do want to say you did tell me to take Hamlin, and he finished second.
I told
and I
you.
stuck with Larson.
Told
That was a
you.
good call.
So, who did I pick last week? Jimmy. So Jimmy should win the race this week after all the crap he's been through, or be up there. But I'll start off the picks. My pick this week is going to be Logano. Winning the spring race, I think he's going to sweep. He's driving a Ford, like I said. There's just one of those guys. And where's Logano at in the playoffs? Are you already eliminated? He got eliminated, didn't he?
No, he is sitting at 5 right now.
Oh, he's sitting at 5? Okay, so a win would already propel him. He's probably already in the round of 8, so he needs a strong finish here. I'm hoping I break my streak here, so give me Logano. He'll probably be in the big one, the first one that they have right off the bat. So
All right, I'll write it on the board. Brandon, who you got?
I like his teammate. I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski on this one. Another Ford guy. As you said, he's won 4 since 2012. I think Ford dominates again. Unfortunately, I'm not a Ford guy, but
Whoa!
hey, I'm not. Ford dominates. Logano will be up there. I think Brad Keselowski wins though.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the guy sitting in, I guess it would be 7th since Chase is up there. Give me Kurt Busch.
Ooh, I like it. Kurt Busch here. Okay, so, with this race, I mean, we know that, like you said, Ford. I don't think Kurt Busch is in a Ford, is he, Brandon?
No,
doesn't
he's
drive.
with Tony Stewart, so he's in a Chevy.
Chevy? Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's just for some. I don't know why that Ford dominates this race. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they have the better engine at the restrictor plate tracks. Who won Michigan? Who won Daytona? Dylan won Daytona. He was in a Chevy.
Yeah, he was in a Chevy. Who did win Michigan?
won?
Man,
I can't remember.
See, stumped him
Larson?
again.
No, it wasn't Larson. Regardless,
No.
who won the? I can't remember who won the summer race in Daytona either. I'm just trying to think of what cars are taking these, but it's just interesting off the restrictor plates that Ford, is just dominating these tracks. But like I said, I think going forward they should still. And Keselowski was going to be my other pick. To be honest with you, I was kind of in between them. I kind of want to save him for a little bit here, but I'm going to have to use him here in a couple weeks. So
So Chevy, how many have they won this year?
2, right?
I think 3. I think it's only Chase. No, Kurt Busch won.
Well,
so
Boyer won at Michigan in
Boyer
June.
won twice.
He won at Michigan in June.
Yeah,
Dylan
so
won
5.
Daytona,
It's
so.
like 5 or 6 they've won this year.
And then
Chase has 2, Kurt Busch has 1, Clinton has 2, and then Austin Dillon.
and then the
so, yeah,
August race in Michigan was Harvick. And Harvick is now in
he's a Ford.
Ford. Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was Toyota, but okay.
No.
No,
Well,
I think he's Ford.
No. He's Chevy. He drives for Stuart Haas.
Does he?
Does he? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he does.
No.
See?
No. Stuart Haas is in Fords because remember
Are they?
Chevy's only won 2 races or 3 races this year. So Boyer has wins.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. They're using
Kurt, so-
they're using
Dylan.
A
they're
Ford.
using they're using Hendrick's engine. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're in Fords. Kyle Busch is the Toyota, so Kurt Busch is a Ford. There's not many Chevys out there. I mean, you got Ryan Newman, Kyle
Austin
Larson,
Dillon, yeah.
Bowman, Boucher, McMurray, Allmendinger, Bubba Wallace, and then you've got
Bubba
Casey
Sparks?
Kane. Yeah, Bubba Sparks. What is that? Bubba Sparks. Booty,
yeah.
running everywhere.
Thanks. That's what I was going with there.
All right, so
I think Brandon used to drink Sparks too, didn't he? That's all he drank back in the day was
oh
Sparks.
god, and he'd always have that
Such a bad choice.
orange mustache. It was just terrible.
Couldn't let go of the sun kissed.
Right. So I had something here. Brandon, I have a question for you. In 15 years, when Kyle Busch is done, is he going to be a better driver going down in history than Jeff Gordon?
I mean, people will probably look at that because he races.
No,
all
just look at
the three.
NASCAR straight
As far
up.
as wins or like how what do we
Overall
know?
better driver in history. Is Gordon in 15 years when Kyle Busch is done, is it going to be Kyle Busch or Gordon? Who's going to be the better?
I mean, that's going to be a good debate.
Okay,
I
perfect,
can't-
because that's this week's debate. You're taking Jeff Gordon. My boy here's taking Kyle Busch. I already talked to him. So 15 years when Kyle's done, who's the better driver in history?
Jeff Gordon is a loser. That's my only argument. I hate Jeff Gordon. So he's a loser. I could care less.
Why do you hate him?
Because he's a Rainbow Warrior.
Well,
No, I just
elaborate.
I hate him because he won all the time. I do.
Well, exactly.
Because-
So I hate Kyle Busch because he wins all the time.
So what about Dale Sr.? We all like Dale Sr. He won all the
well,
time.
that's because he was a badass. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
this is true.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, that's like saying, why did everyone like Stone Cold? I mean, come on, everyone loves Stone Cold.
What?
So.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, exactly. But nobody liked Triple H, and that's Triple H is like Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, which, by the way, we're going to have some good discussions on the wrestling show on Saturday. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
But please,
Looking forward to it.
So Kyle Busch is the better driver.
I think that overall, I do think that Kyle will end up as the better driver. I think he's got a lot more races to win. What did we say last week? We were talking about wins. What's Gordon at?
Gordon's at 93.
And,
Is he at 93?
Yeah, 93.
Yeah,
90,
no, I think
93,
you're right.
94.
And
and
Kyle's
Busch has
at 50,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean he's got a long way to go to catch up to
If
him.
NASCAR is still around in 5 years,
Yeah, that's
with
true.
all the sponsors, we don't know what's going to happen.
That's very true. And I mean, realistically, right now, I think that Busch is racing against a little bit better talent, a little bit better cars. Because back in the day, if you didn't have a good car, you were trash. It wasn't that great. It's true. And Gordon had the best team. He had the best car. He had everything. And that's why he dominated a lot of races, just like Richard Petty and just like Dale Earnhardt. You got to have the money to put into these cars, and when you win like he does, you get more and more money, and you're going to be better just based off of that.
And next year, just a quick rules change. I don't know if you guys saw it. They are lowering the horsepower at the larger tracks next year.
See, read something on that,
Yeah.
but I didn't see what it was. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
They should raise the horsepower.
They're
I
at,
want to see
they're
them
at
at
750.
250.
They're at 750 horses right now, and they're trying to drop it to 550 approximately.
550?
Yeah.
That's what
Jesus,
a Dodge
what-
Rams got.
I mean, I do that on the Michigan highway going north to work every day.
So
Put me in NASCAR then. Jeez.
So there's
What are they
that.
going to put blinkers on too to get over?
And that'll be
Potholes in the road
that'll
where
be
Dodge goes.
that'll be in 17 of the 36 races. And aero ducts to foster tighter racing on a majority of speedways, measuring longer than a mile. So that should be interesting.
See, I'm sorry, but I love NASCAR, but I don't know a damn thing about cars. So
We know.
yeah. So, but I don't know. This is a good question, but I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, Kyle Busch, if he keeps on, if he races, he's 34, 30,
Something like that.
I don't know.
something like that. So he's got 10 more years, maybe, possibly. So I think he'll win in a couple more championships. Unfortunately, I do not want to see that, but I think he will.
This year is one of them.
No, he will not win.
Saving
this
him
year.
for the 10th pick.
I
So
don't think he wins.
I don't know. Jeff Gordon's
He's
the
my
man.
pick.
They know Harvick's mine. That's why I said I don't think he wins.
And he's got
No,
Truex.
Jeff Gordon's the man. He always will be. He's the best driver out there. If
He's
they,
retired.
like you said, if they would have kept the standings how they did, now I know they changed it. Yada yada yada. He would have had like 7, Cup championships. So
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Sorry, Bear.
Are you playing footsie with me?
I had to wear my Brandon flip flops.
Kind of hot.
no, but technology got better. Drivers got better. Like you said, the talent's a little more. Talent's a little better now today. So.
I think realistically, when Gordon raced, there was
Well, that's the thing.
a
Like,
few good guys and
Yeah.
then some mediocre talent, and the rest of them was trash.
Yeah,
but
with-
people thought
with-
Steve Park was a good driver, so take that as you will.
with Gordon, I mean,
Warburton.
you'll never
Number
see.
22
Number 22
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar Chevrolet. Oh yeah, we rate that for
With-
15. I brought that out in me. Sorry. Go
So
ahead,
to
Brandon.
translate, he said, "I just put in a dip and I spit it into my cup."
No, I don't even know what I was going to say now. But with all the technology, see, I don't even know what I was going to say. You guys are throwing me off. Ward Burton just came into the freaking podcast.
You're
so,
welcome.
Oh no, with all the technology just getting better and the cars just getting better and the rule changes that they made, you're never going to see somebody win 13 races again like Jeff Gordon did.
We had guys that won 7 and 6 this year. I think it's possible.
Yeah, 7. That's half of what I just said.
But I'm saying, but there's still
So-
6 races. It's possible. I wouldn't put
it's
it past some of these
possible,
guys.
but I don't think
But
you're going to see
you
it for a
won't
long
have
time.
it because you've got 3 Jeff Gordons racing in 1 year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what
And
I'm
you have
saying.
up and comers with Busch, Chase
Yeah,
Elliott.
Chase Elliott,
Excuse me.
yeah, stud.
Yeah,
The
driver,
young kids coming up who are racing aggressive, which is why a lot of these other guys aren't winning these races because they are just coming out aggressive, which is good. I mean, that's what you want to see. You're not there to finish third; you're there to win races.
Right.
So,
Totally agree. So, all right, I'll live with that. So Jeff Gordon will still be better than Kyle, is what you're saying, and over here, Kyle.
I don't. If we want to look at wins, I don't think he's going to get 93 wins in NASCAR, in the Monster Cup. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think he gets maybe 85. I think he gets close.
You think
but-
he beats Senior then?
I think he beats Senior. I think he'll get close to Gordon. I think he'll beat Kel Yarborough. I think Yarborough's at 84.
Yeah.
What was Senior at? 79.
83, something
83,
like that.
something like that.
something like that. So, if we talk about wins, I don't think he's going to hit 94. That'll be the record to beat Jeff Gordon. As far as maybe if we look at overall, is he a better driver? I mean, a possibility. But, I mean, that
So if you could pick
No.
and take your hat off, so if you want to say Chase, go ahead and say Chase. Next 20 years, who's the top guy winning multiple cups? And if it's not Kyle Busch, who is it?
I don't want to. I know you said take the hat off, but I mean, I can definitely see Chase doing it. I can see Ryan Blaney doing it. I can see Kyle Larson doing it.
No, I'm with you. If I was with you, I would say if Larson drove
Yeah.
for like Hendrick, he
Yeah.
wouldn't lose.
If,
He's stuck with Ganassi.
Yeah.
if
He's driving a
some-
Ganassi car, and he's still driving how he does.
If something happens with this move and Chad Knaus can stay there for a while. William
Byron would be good.
Yeah,
I agree.
Byron could do it. So I mean, the longevity of NASCAR, has good talent in there right now. I mean, we're gonna we're going to see these guys, start winning multiple races. So we'll see. But I think Chase could be, and then like I said, Larson.
Yeah, I like Blaney. I think Blaney would be the next up and comer.
Could be.
Kid's a stud. Same thing with Dillon. I like Austin Dillon too. Both of them I think are pretty solid. Like you said, if frickin' Austin had a better team, he'd probably win a couple more races. But they're still green. They're still young. They'll get there over time.
Right. So next we're going to move on to Justin on the Twitter. Asked a good question based off of last week's episode about Rocket Ishmael going as the second pick for Brandon in our 4-on-4 fantasy football. What players are similar to Rocket Ishmael in that they have great individual success at college but don't translate that into professional level? So I only put one name, Brady Quinn. I'm done.
Oh, Brady Quinn was trash in the NFL.
Yeah, he was awesome in college, though.
But I wrote this down.
Until he played Ohio State.
I told Justin, I said, I'm going to put Brady Quinn because it's true, and Brandon's going to come back with like 75 Ohio State players. So whatever you got.
I'm actually not. I actually thought about this one. I only have one as well, maybe two. I'll do two first. Tim Tebow.
That was mine.
Guy.
That's a good one. I agree.
Yeah, and my number one.
Johnny Football.
Yeah, he was good. My number one is Eric Crouch. Nebraska won the Heisman. Dominant college quarterback at Nebraska. I think they won the national championship as well. I think that's the year after that they lost to Miami as well. But guy was amazing in college. Run that option like nobody could. Went to the NFL, got drafted by the St. Louis Rams. They transitioned him to wide receiver, right? And he was out of the league in like 3 months. So I don't think he lasted the rest of the year. So I got Eric Crouch as my guy.
Yeah, Tim Tebow is definitely up there, but I wanted to hear your guys, and I was going to move around as I went because I had about 20 of them stuck in my head. So give me Vince Young. Wow, what a wasted talent. He was a beast at Texas. He could run, he could throw, he had an arm, he was very football savvy, and then went and did not do so hot in the NFL, was very bad. Honorable mentions, Trent Richardson, trash. Jamarcus Russell, trash. There's just Ryan Leaf. I mean, there's so many. I mean, good grief.
Yeah, I didn't want to go with the obvious, like Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
I mean, Trent Richardson maybe. I mean, I still can picture in my head the picture of him. There's a huge hole to score, and he goes right to where all the defenders are. I was like, oh my god, this guy was bad. And he was I think he finished second runner-up in the Heisman in like 2008 or something in Alabama or 11. But
and he's garbage.
What about Joey Harrington? He was trash.
Yeah.
made a living, but trash.
Yeah, the Lions.
Yeah, he was good at Oregon, but he got drafted by the Lions.
Anyone that went to the Lions
is
is
trash.
So, no, Vince Young had a winning record, too. That's what kind of boggles my mind. He had like a 60, well, your favorite number, 69 or 70%.
Nice.
70% winning percentage as a quarterback. So that's one that definitely surprised me that didn't transition to the NFL with success.
Well, and he was big. He could run and he could throw. That's the biggest thing with Vince Young is that he had all the talent. He had all the ability. What happened? I think he got fat. I think that's what it was.
I was going to go with Rodgers. No, he obviously translated from Cal. All right, so I don't want to cover this. So make it fast. Recap our college picks. They were trash. Please go.
Wow, I was 1-11 last week. That was rough. Gary was 2-10, and Brandon won the week at 3-9.
We were absolute garbage.
Alabama may have been the worst beat of the week. 34.5-point favorite. Arkansas scored with 13 seconds to go to win by 34.
Damn it! You could have been 2-10.
I could have. Same thing with Ohio State. They were going down to score and need the ball at the end of the game to beat Indiana, which if they would have scored, they would have covered. Let's see who else. Florida beating LSU was a disappointment. Notre Dame beat the crap out of Virginia Tech, so it wasn't close. Texas beating Oklahoma, kind of surprising. That was impressive. Auburn losing to Mississippi State by a lot. That was rough.
That was depressing.
West Virginia only beating Kansas by like 20, not even.
They were close the whole game.
I mean, and they were in West Virginia.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they shouldn't have done that. Washington was up like 31-7, and then they ended up winning 31-24.
Right.
Over UCLA. Like, come on.
Yeah, UCLA. By the way, what, 0-5?
Yeah.
Go Chip Kelly.
They're not going to win.
I told you they were not going to be. I said
the
3-9.
Redskins. 1-15.
I picked them. That's
they're 2-2 now.
Yeah, he picked 1-15 for the Redskins. Redskins.
Redskins.
The Redskins.
Is that a hair product?
Yes.
I picked UCLA to go 7-5 this year, so that's a terrible freaking prediction on my part.
Well, you better hope they rattle off 7 in a row.
All right. Well,
And then, Michigan State, of course, laying an egg because they suck, so I'm done with them.
yeah, same here.
And then Toledo crushing Bowling Green but not covering, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So here we go. All right.
Yeah, that's one game that I won. Thank you.
Hey, what? But we won straight up, not against the spread. We won.
BGSUCKS.
Gary, you don't count because you went to BG. So if you go off Bears terms of it, you went there, you don't count.
Why don't I?
Because you went there.
I went to BG, so I'd be we at BG or we at UT, but I have a degree from UT.
You went to UT, too. Nerd.
Nerd.
No.
How'd Heidelberg do this weekend in D3? Would they
I
play
don't know.
Whitmer Panthers?
Yeah, nice.
They probably
Nice
played
polo,
Mount
Brandon.
Union and got killed.
Yeah. All right. So let's just get right into it. Missouri at Alabama, minus 28 for Alabama.
All right, I got Alabama covering 47-9.
Yeah, Alabama at home. I don't know why this is only 28. I feel like that's a really... I mean, they've been just blowing teams out, and at home, they're going to destroy Missouri, probably by 50.
Well, they're 3-3 against the spread this year, and by the way, they're 1-5-1 against their conference against the spread. So give me Missouri.
What did I just tell you about a bad beat?
Yeah. Well, give me
I don't-
Missouri.
Those are the stats you don't read into.
Don't care. Give me Missouri.
Okay, well, when Alabama wins 56-7, don't text me at 2 o'clock on Saturday and ask me what your update is because you're 0-1.
Yeah. We'll see. Have you looked at Missouri's schedule and what they've done?
Don't care.
Okay. Okay.
Why? Because they lost to Georgia by 20 at home? Congrats.
They lost by 13, but okay.
Yeah, it was 20. They scored a late touchdown. That's my point.
It's a bad beat. Still, that's why I got Missouri.
Good luck.
They'll
You're
take
going to
Tua.
get destroyed on
They'll
that
take
one.
Tua out in the second
We're
quarter.
go 3-9 again this week.
You were 1-11.
I'm still beating you,
You were 1-11.
and I'm still beating you.
Good.
Will you
Georgia-
go on to the next game?
Georgia at LSU.
Jesus. I don't
7.
have all night. I'm an old man. I got to go to bed.
Hopefully,
You're 18. You'll be okay.
I wish I was 18 again. Not really, because then I couldn't buy beer.
Be walking the leg.
21. I'd take 21 again.
Georgia LSU 7.
All right, so hopefully, not hopefully. I think LSU will play a little tougher coming off that loss to Florida, but they do they cover? Georgia wins 21-17, so yeah, they cover, right? Is that correct?
Yes, he's got
I still
LSU.
don't understand.
You
I
got
still don't
LSU.
understand.
LSU starts off 7-0.
Okay,
You said
yeah,
they're going to
so
lose 21-17.
Georgia wins the game 21-17.
Yeah.
Oh my
yes,
God! Just
LSU
give us who
covers.
the fuck is going to win.
No, I'm giving you.
He can't do math, so it's quite obvious. Yeah.
21-17. That's so hard to add
No, I'm
7
giving you
to
the
17.
score. I'm giving you the score. I'm letting the better
Okay,
take care of it.
he has LSU.
I already got it written down. Yeah,
Okay.
give me Georgia to cover. LSU just got beat up, and this isn't going to be any easier for them.
Right. I don't care that it's at Louisiana. Georgia is, here's another stat for you, Brandon, 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 games when they're favored by 2 touchdowns or less. And they're 9-2 in their last 11 road games against teams with winning records.
And also, I recall, Brandon, you texting earlier in the week saying LSU is highly overrated, and that's what just got shown. And now you're picking them to only lose by 4 to the second best team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to lose. I don't think they're going to get blown out by Georgia. I think it's going to be 21-17. They're going to lose. They'll be 8-4 this year.
I think my Missouri pick at 28 looks better than that. Just want to say.
Okay, we'll see.
All right.
Game will be on CBS 3:30 probably, so we'll see.
I actually have stuff to do. I can't just sit around and watch football all day.
No, that sucks.
Sucks to suck.
Got to count the green, baby. Minnesota, number 3, Ohio State.
Ohio State covers 45
Do you even know?
11.
I didn't even give them the spread.
45 to 11?
Yeah, 45 to 11.
Okay, where do you get 11 from?
You watch, it's going to be 11.
If Minnesota scores 11 points, I will give you $20 next week, guaranteed.
Safety is not that out.
They're not getting
it's
it.
a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Okay, they're not getting it. They have their starting quarterback is a walk-on freshman.
I don't
who
care.
has-
Ohio
who
State's
has-
going to blow them out,
who has
45
less
to
than-
11.
They're not going to score. He has less than 50% completion percentage. Again, rookie, freshman,
don't
walk-on.
care.
I just
It's
don't know where you get 11.
football.
That's just odd.
Give me 110 to 3.
Yeah, Ohio State. They said they had a
Ohio
bad week of
State.
practice after the Penn State game, and that's why they looked a little bit lackluster against Indiana. So I expect them to come out fresh, back at home again. It's going to be nice. It's going to be 50 degrees. It's going to be a beautiful game time temperature day. They're playing at noon. I'm excited. I'm going to get drunk at 10 o'clock. Go Buckeyes.
Shock. All right, next game. Next game.
God.
Number 4 is Clemson. They are off this week. So, puppies. Pitt at number 5, Notre Dame, 20.5 points. Got beer on our guest.
Get your wallet empty. That thing's bothering you.
All right.
Costanza wallet sitting on the table. Got all his receipts in there.
Every paycheck since '98 in there.
Just take
All
Pitt,
right,
Jesus. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Notre Dame is not going to blow out anybody the rest of the year.
I already wrote Pitt down.
Yeah, I'm going to take Notre Dame wins the game 31-20, so Notre Dame does not cover.
I also don't think Notre Dame's going to cover. 20.5 is a lot. After a struggle fest there, I think that they will play a little. They'll come out lackluster. It'll be like the Ball State game or something like that. They'll still win by like 10, but they won't cover 20.5.
No.
I have Notre Dame covering 20.5, even though Pitt just beat Syracuse, which was kind of a shock, I think, to people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Pitt, they got their asses handed to them by Penn State. So any team they played that's good, they've gotten their asses handed to them. And they didn't. And Notre Dame, like I said, Brandon, I'm going to still ride that Ian Book train, or Ian Gold, as Bear likes to call him.
It's Gold.
Yeah, and they're
I've officially changed his last name to Gold.
and they're 5-2. It's not that great against the spread. 5-2 against ACC teams. So 20.5 is a lot. I have it close though, 21. So I think they're going to win by 21.
That's what
It's
worries
one of
me.
those close things that you just don't know about. So I got them winning by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I did see Pittsburgh, their starting linebacker, done for the year, so I don't know how much of an impact the guy made, but he's done for the year for an ACL. So, yeah, Notre Dame won't blow anybody out for the rest of the year.
Okay, I've got them this week. Though.
Sorry,
I should-
that's just how they are.
After him saying that, I should change my pick to Notre Dame.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's just how
It's
how they are.
You're good. Number 6. What you got that stat guy? You got the picks? Good. Number 6, West Virginia at Iowa State, +6 for Iowa State. Just give us the damn score, Brandon, so we can figure out your math.
I'm going to. West Virginia covers 33-20.
Oh, all right. That was easy.
Yep, I am also going to take West Virginia here. I know Iowa State they just beat last week. Beat somebody.
Was it
decent.
Oklahoma State?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, they beat up Oklahoma State last week in Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Matt Campbell.
And they're back at home. They're still not that good of a football team. And after West Virginia's let down a little bit against Kansas, I think they're going to come out and Will Greer's going to throw 5 TDs. So give me West Virginia by 21.
I got West Virginia by a lot too. They are 4-1 against the spread this year. Last week being they would have beat the spread had they not let UCLA back in the game. So they'd be 5-0 against the spread. But UCLA came back.
Effort.
So, give me West Virginia. Number 17, Washington number 7, Washington at number 17, Oregon, +3.
Upset of the week, Oregon beats Washington 27-24. So, yeah, they cover.
No
They're
shit.
they're +3. They win.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
if they win, it's done.
I have Washington going 11-1. I'm sticking to my guns this year, and I think they cover the spread. And they did this when they went to Utah. I think everyone was counting them out already, sort of, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Isn't that when they already played right against Utah?
Yeah,
And isn't that where Brandon said that was an upset? And he was going to do some.
Did Washington already play Utah?
I think so.
I don't think they did.
I thought
Maybe
they
not.
did.
They played some. Maybe,
Who knows?
Is it Stanford?
No, they played Stanford. Maybe they did play Utah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
'cause you called
Regardless,
it
yeah.
a-
Regardless,
Yeah,
they
it
were
doesn't- yeah,
destined to
never
get beat. I've been right with Washington all year so far, and I'm sticking with it. They win this game, and I think they. You know what? To be honest with you, I bet they win by 3 and they push, but I'm still taking Washington.
Hey, first of all, I picked Stanford to beat Washington. That was Stanford. That was Washington's one loss.
You said something with Utah. No, but
no,
I'm saying
I
you said
said Utah goes 10-2. They play Washington in the.
you said it was
That was
yeah.
another good
They were the
prediction
upset.
by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got Oregon too. In the +3. So give me Oregon. They're home. They're fresh off a bye week, and their last game they won. They beat the shit out of Cal by 18 when they were a 2-point dog. So give me Oregon. I think they win the game too, Brandon. I'm with you on that. Next, Michigan State at number 8. Penn State 13.5 for Penn State.
Michigan State. Who'd they play last week? Northwestern. They lost.
They got their asses beat.
3 years in a row. They lost to Northwestern.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, Michigan State. I'm sorry, Gary. Not a good team this year.
So I completely agree. Don't apologize.
Penn State wins. They cover 42-20.
Yep, I agree. I think Penn State coming off the bye after the heartbreaking loss to Ohio State, creepy James Franklin's going to have them ready, and they should easily win by 14 plus in this one. But I was going back and forth. It's just
that's how Michigan
it's a
State
trap
is.
game. It's exactly how D'Antoni will come out and have them plan. But I got to stick with my guns.
Because that's what he does. In games they shouldn't win or even be close, they play them close. And then in games they should win, they get beat. But I also am taking Penn State. I think they're going to blow the shit out of Michigan State. They're 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 against Michigan State. They're at home, like you said, right off that loss to Ohio State heartbreaker. They are going to whoop the shit out of Michigan State, who
I
is
have a feeling.
the most overrated team. I think being an alum there, I honestly thought they were going to do good. I did. I think all of us did. Thought they'd be okay, 9-3, whatever, 10-2. They suck. So give me Penn State. Just like you guys. Next, Baylor at number 9, Texas 14.
Yeah, Texas coming off of that Red River rivalry, shootout, challenge, whatever the hell they call it now.
That's just a Red River rivalry.
No, it's not the rivalry anymore. It's it's the showdown. I'm sorry, the Red River Showdown.
I think
now.
that's just what ABC called it.
Well, whatever they
It's
call
still
it.
a rivalry.
Yeah.
Rivalry week.
It's
So-
just hard for people like you and I to say Red River rivalry.
Yeah, well, I always remember it as the Red River Shootout, but Texas is going to have a little bit of a hangover here. They're going to win. Baylor's going to cover, though. 28-24, Texas wins.
I don't think so. I think Texas keeps rolling. I don't think they have any hiccups to Baylor. They're going to be back at home. They're going to be amped up after that game. The crowd's going to be crazy, and Baylor shouldn't even be playing football right now. So Texas.
Baylor's 4-2 right now. I didn't know they were
Okay,
4-2.
and they're 1-4-1 against the spread, so Texas all the way. Tom Herman coaching that team. After that loss in week 1 to Maryland, they shouldn't have lost that game. They should be.
They've
but
looked really good since then.
Oh, yeah, they look great.
The Ellinger kid at quarterback, dude's a beast.
And they're now number 9. So imagine if they would have beat Maryland, where they'd be sitting right now. They'd be up there with Notre Dame and Ohio State and all those guys in the top 6. So give me Texas as well.
And they could be after this week. They certainly could with West Virginia and Washington both having tough games. So
Right. So number 10, Central Florida at
how about that? I saw that one. I didn't even realize they made the
They're
top
number 10?
10.
Yeah.
UCF. They're back.
At Memphis.
The national champs of last year, by the way.
Yeah, 2017
UCF.
co-national champs.
4.5.
4.5. They roll 36-17.
Yep, I want UCF. I think that they beat up on Memphis here pretty good. I think that when they're up there, they had the spotlight last year, so it's not like there's going to be nerves getting in the top 10 like some other teams do. So I'm going to go with UCF
Because
big.
same here. They shouldn't lose this year. I want to see some one-loss teams out there, two-loss teams. I want to see them get in the playoff, just to see what they can do. I would like that. I don't
That's
think
why
they
need
get
to
there.
expand it to 8.
No, I agree. I completely agree. It should have been 8 to begin with. But UCF as well. I think they blow the shit out of them by at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. And then a special game of the week. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Yep.
Number 15, Wisconsin at number 12, Michigan, 7.5.
I went back and forth with this game.
Same.
I struggled with it. I think Michigan defense. Wisconsin needs to get that running game going. Michigan's defense is tough, though. Don Brown is definitely going to have them playing. College game day is going to be there.
Is that where they are this week?
Yeah. So 7:30 start. So Michigan's favored 7.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to win this game, 27-21.
Okay, so you got Wisconsin. I am as
Wait,
well.
What do you mean? I got Wisconsin.
Because Wisconsin's an
7.5.
underdog.
Underdog?
no.
Oh, Wisconsin. Okay, well, yeah. Michigan wins 21-17. I mean, 21.
27-21.
Sorry.
Okay, so you got Wisconsin here. I have Wisconsin outright winning. I don't know. I just don't understand where this Michigan hype's coming from. I mean, they got beat down by a good team. They've played nobody since, and granted, they've had a couple blowouts. They've started off slow. I really think that Wisconsin. God, Brandon looks like a child right now. I think that
Pull out the old puffer here in a second. Damn.
Anyways,
Wisconsin is going to beat them outright. 7.5 is an outrageous line right now. If I was a rich man, I would be putting a lot of money on Wisconsin right now because that's just a ridiculous line. Even if Wisconsin loses this game, I mean, it's a Big Ten game. It's going to be close. It's going to be decided by a field goal at the end of the day. So Wisconsin all day.
I disagree. I'm going to take Michigan. I don't buy into their hype. I still think Ohio State's going to whoop their ass, but Wisconsin's 1-4 against the spread this year. They've screwed us over pretty much most of the year. And they won last year 24-10. Their team now, Wisconsin's team, is not as good as last year, and Michigan is obviously better than last year. And Shea is coming around to be a better.
No.
He's a better quarterback than they had.
No, he still looks like shit. I watched that game. No, he is not good.
They still have a better quarterback.
Wisconsin
in him than
has a
last year.
good defense too. So I mean, it's not great, but
Give me Michigan.
Patterson hasn't played a good defense. I'm sorry.
No. I can agree to that.
Since Notre Dame. Since Notre
But
Dame.
give me, I think Wisconsin has been overrated this year, and what we thought, they can't hold a spread. 1-4 against. I don't like 7.5. If it was 6, this would have been an easier pick, but I'm going to go with Michigan winning by 10. So give me Michigan.
And by the way, for the record, when I do bet against Michigan, I always lose. So don't be shocked if Michigan does cover. But I honestly think that, just being a Big Ten game in general, that's a 3-point decider right there. I'm all over Wisconsin.
Right. All right. So NFL, you want to just give an update on what we did last week? By the way, just talk about Pigskin PickEm first. That's my favorite.
Okay. Well, we put up 12 last week in Pigskin PickEm, which was most out of everybody. We are sitting at 51. The next closest person is Stat Guy Jake at 47. With Mr. Perfect. They're both tied at 47. And then we got a couple people at 46, 45, and then there's 41 below
Where's
that.
Hot Friend?
She is at 39. She did 9 last week.
But she had that big week the week before. I couldn't believe that.
She's just gone 13-9, so she's there. She's down by, fast math, 12?
Yeah.
39 plus 51?
Yeah, well, minus 51. Yeah, 12. What's I know the ex-wife joined late. How'd she do last week?
Hold on, I got to scroll to the bottom for this.
Oh, we have a lot of people. That's good. Yeah, she joined in week 4.
She is in 13th with 24.
What'd she put up last week?
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry. While you're looking that up, so I know we had, all of us had a decent week. I believe Brandon won again because Houston beat Dallas on, I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, Garrett. I think we should because I fell asleep, so I want to know what
Ex-wife did 7 last
That's
week.
not bad. All right, so... Yeah, let's talk about it. Jason Garrett should be fired. If they lose this week, he will get fired. But
no, he will not. Jerry Jones.
I have high hope, man.
No, I don't. I've had high hope for the last 3 years. Jerry Jones is a worthless sack of crap. I'm waiting for him to go. There's no reason in the world why he hasn't gotten fired yet. We're talking overtime. You're on your opponent's 42-yard line, 4th and 1. 4th and 1 in overtime, and you get the ball first.
And
you have one of the best lines in football. You have the best running back in football, and you punt.
Well, they're 18 out of 19 in the last 3 years, which is the best percentage from 4th and 1 conversions. One miss.
I don't care. Give it to Zeke, pitch it out, run. They were, that second half of that game, they were so creative with their plays and bringing, run in the shotgun and run Tavon Austin across the field and run a freaking read option. You got Dak, who's 6'3", 235. You got Zeke, who's a monster. You're running behind a great offensive line. You can easily get that and at least go down and kick a field goal, have your defense come down. The defense played great. They didn't play good in between the 20s. The Cowboys' defense is a bend but not break defense. They stopped them, and they didn't have them. I think they scored 1 touchdown. I want to say
they stopped them 3 times in the red zone.
It was everything. And Bill O'Brien was calling just shitty plays as well. Houston should have blown them out. They were all over them. The defense played really well in the red zone, 20-20. They've never played well. That's not how Dallas works. They hold you to a field goal. That's how their defense has been. So, it's disappointing. I'm so pissed off that Garrett did that. He does not deserve to be a coach in the NFL. He's not an NFL-worthy coach. He's not good as a head coach. I'm sure he's a decent coordinator, but Jerry needs to cut ties, and it's time to go, especially after his explanation saying, well, of course I support my decision, but everyone's only hating on it because it didn't work. Yeah, no shit, dude. It would be the same thing. But if you go for it on 4th and 1 as the coach and as your analytics that you should, you do it. On the other side, you have McVay going for it on 4th and 1 in his own territory, gets it, wins the game. Okay? There's your difference right there. McVay, these coaches, these younger coaches who are going to go and get these, go for these 4th downs as they should. Even Frank Reich against Houston 2 weeks ago in overtime when he didn't get it. But he still went for it, If Dallas does that and don't get it, then that's fine. Go down and, you can try to stop on a short field, but you're not going to stop Deshaun Watson on a long field. And they didn't. And it's embarrassing.
The one thing I am happy about them is they are using Tavon Austin how he should be used. He is a great decoy, but they need to use him more. So we'll see.
I'm pissed off. I can't wait till Garrett gets fired, but it'll probably won't be till the end of the year.
Right. So how do we do on our picks, though, each of us?
So me and you, Gary, went 10-5. Brandon went 11-4.
Okay. Good job, Brandon. So you catch up. I'm still 2 games behind, and you come within a game of us. So that's great. Let's just get right into the picks. Eagles at Giants, Thursday night.
Give me Philly.
Yep, I'm taking the Eagles.
Eagles.
And pretty much the Giants season's over after this. So
The Buccaneers at Falcons.
Falcons cannot go 1-5, can they? Give me Atlanta.
yeah, if the Falcons lose this game, they're done, which I just can't see at home. I mean, they've played, I think, 3 of their first 5 at home, and this will be the 4 of 6. So they have. This is a must-win game. They don't have a choice.
Atlanta as well. Panthers at Redskins. Bear, we already know where you're going.
Give me the Panthers.
Yep.
Panthers. Seahawks at Raiders.
Seahawks.
Yep, I'm going to Sea Chickens.
Sea Chickens as well. Colts at Jets.
Jets coming off that win off Denver. I don't think they repeat it. I think they're going to lose to the Colts, so give me the Colts.
By the way, even though I picked Denver last week, I did say that they were going to lose that game. I was just too pussy to change my pick. So
You did.
give me the Colts, though. I think they're going to beat the Jets.
Colts as well. Cardinals at Vikings.
The Rosen one was able to get his first win. I don't think that's going to happen against a Minnesota defense. Give me Minnesota.
Yeah, no one thought Josh Allen was going to do it either. So, but yeah, Minnesota should beat.
That is very true, and
Minnesota should beat up Rosen and the Cardinals.
And give me Minnesota as well. Steelers at Bengals.
Le'Veon Bell's not coming back this week, is he? It's
No.
next week.
He's not going to start.
Or-
It's not a matter. Connor's doing
Yeah.
stuff that he hasn't done, so it's okay.
And I'm gonna.
He is. Statistically. It's all statistics.
I want to pick the team that I thought was going to fire their coach after the year. Give me Cincinnati.
Yep. I went back and forth on this. It's going to be a tough game for both. It's one of those rivalry games. It's going to be a punch in the mouth. Burfict probably get ejected some halfway through the game or something. But yeah, no Le'Veon Bell still, even though Connor is very good. I think that the Bengals by 3 game-winning field goal, probably 23-20.
So we're taking the Bengals as a group, but I got the Steelers. Chargers at Browns.
Give me. I don't have much on this game. Browns were able to win their first Sunday game, I think, in 600, and it was like 2.5 years.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. Give me, even though they won 12-9, which was crazy.
Win's a win.
Give me Cleveland.
I'm going to take the Chargers here. I know that it's going to be close. Cleveland's going to play them tough, but I think Rivers is going to pull it out, especially after that was their last win before this year. So it'll be a little bit of revenge.
We're taking Cleveland as a podcast. Give me the Browns. Bills at Texans.
I mean, you guys did win on that one last week, so I'm not mad at you for taking the Browns. I was the only one that took the Ravens. So.
Right.
Bills and Texans. Bills are like, they're on a roller coaster. They're good one week. They look like garbage the next week. They look good the following week. Give me the Texans. They're going to win at home.
Yeah, Houston, I think they're starting to come on here a little bit. They should have lost to Dallas, but they saved their season pretty much, and I think they should beat up Buffalo here. So give me Houston.
Houston as well. Next, we've got Bears at Dolphins.
Yeah, Bears coming off that bye week. They're going to keep on rolling. Khalil Mack, I think what are the odds he gets another fumble and a sack?
Strip sack?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, give me the Bears defense. They roll.
If this was a real fight, would a bear or dolphin win? In the water, let's say.
Bear.
Yeah, I think so.
In the water?
Yeah, if they're
like,
in
are
the
we
water.
talking like
obviously
like
a
how
dolphin
deep?
can't come out of the water, Brandon.
Like how deep are we talking about?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
We're
Like
talking about like in a creek or something.
10 feet, like a
Yeah,
deep end of a swimming pool.
I think a dolphin just runs circles and gets away.
How are they getting out of the pool?
Okay, you give me the Bears.
Duh, Bears. Who'd you take, Brandon?
The Bears.
Did he?
The Bears.
Rams at Broncos.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah, they're gonna go 6-0.
Rams. Ravens at Titans.
Another game I went back and forth on, but I'm taking the Titans.
I did the same. I ended up taking the Ravens. So Gary, go ahead.
Yeah, you're shaking your head, so please tell me why you didn't go back and forth on this game.
Baltimore. That's it. Done. Jaguars at Cowboys.
At Dallas.
Which doesn't mean shit.
That is
Does
very
this
true.
year. They're
But
2-0.
yeah, give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville's going to beat them. It'll be a very low-scoring game.
I'm just going to keep taking them all year, Dallas, because you guys took Jacksonville already. If I had to be the deciding vote, I was going Jacksonville. Give me Dallas. Chiefs at Patriots Sunday night. Fun fact here. I just want to throw these out before. You probably already have your picks anyway, but 56 game in a row, Tom Brady-led team is favored. That passes Kurt Warner, who was 55 in a row. And also,
they can't be favored by much.
no, it's 3.5. And starting quarterbacks under 25 going into Foxborough are 0-23 against Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's going to change this week with the future Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes. Give me Kansas City.
I also have Kansas City, but let's stop with the future Hall of Famer shit already.
I'm just
It's
going
been-
off what
it's
I've been
been
hearing on the
5
radio
games.
all
Okay, well,
the
you are your own
time.
person, and this is our own podcast, so just form your own opinions, you knob.
No, I think he goes into Foxborough. Give me the Patriots.
Both of these defenses are trash. So
Yeah,
I
they
think
are.
the over-under
Yeah,
I saw
they're
was 60.
terrible.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything like that in a while. That's insane.
right.
Terrible
I
defense.
think it's going to be a great Sunday night game.
Well, give me the Patriots anyway. 49ers at Packers Monday night.
Give me Packers.
Yeah, give me the Fudgies.
Give me the Packers as well.
Wisconsin cheese.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, the
Spe-
Fudgies.
Speaking of that, they looked great against Detroit, didn't they? God, could you imagine if you were Mason Crosby and just sucked at kicking a football through uprights?
Oh my God, that was awful. All right, DraftKings picks quarterback. Go, Brandon.
Andrew Luck.
Patrick Mahomes, he's going to tear up New England.
Matty Ice. All right, running back.
Give me
At least I didn't fart like Brandon. Jeez.
give me McCaffrey.
Give me Jordan Howard. Mixon just ran all over Miami, and Howard off of a bye. He's going to do the same.
Yeah, Cohen could be in there too. He's going to be getting a lot of carries more too. So
We'll see.
they're going to split it up maybe. I don't really care who we take this week. Give me Gordon. Just they're playing the Browns. Give me Melvin Gordon. He's hot still. All right, wide receiver.
Sneaky pick. Give me Cooper Kupp.
That's not sneaky at all, but okay.
I mean, he might not even play this week with a concussion, so that might be the worst pick ever.
And
Wow.
he's not sneaky either. But
Great. Good
Well,
job,
if he
Brandon.
plays,
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Give me Julio.
Yeah, same.
I'm playing against him in fantasy, so he should dominate. And I don't know if you saw this. I have gotten 669.5 points scored against me in the league. The next closest person, 605. I have the 4th most points scored in our league right now, and I'm sitting in second to last place.
I have the 9th most, I think, and I'm sitting in 4th.
Yeah, I am getting absolutely
But
robbed this year.
also the first 2 weeks were absolute trash for me. The last 3 have been a lot better. I don't know what that is. Julio as well.
Breasts.
Pair him up with Matty Ice on the team. They're playing the 31st ranked defense when it comes to that against receivers. So Julio as well. Tight end.
Give me Kelsey.
Yep, I have Mahomes as quarterback, so Kelsey's going to be my stack this week.
Yep.
And he's going to outplay Gronk because they call him Little Gronk.
Travis Kelsey as well. Defense, Brandon.
I'm glad you finally entered this in. Duh Bears.
I know you like seeing D on that sheet, so that makes sense. Give me the Vikings against Rosen. They're going to eat
Good
him
one.
alive.
Good one. Cool story, bro.
How many Miller Lights have you had so far? Jesus.
And I'm going to give me – I was going to take the Vikings as well. Give me the Texans.
By the way, sleeper defense this week, really going to be cheap one on DraftKings. Dallas, dead serious. It's
Oh, I
going to
know
be
they
like
are.
a fucking 10-6 game.
Yeah,
it's
it
going to
is.
be very low
It's
scoring.
going to be
Just
terrible.
dropping F-bombs left and right. All right.
Did I?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that. I get
The
fired
Miller
up. when I
Lights,
talk
man.
about-
We got those.
Well, I just talking about Dallas. I get
What?
fired up because I still think of Jason Garrett and I want to punch his face in.
All right, so I could go ahead.
No, I was
Brandon.
going to say, do we have a London game? I think this is the first week that we have a London game.
I
You
don't
guys
know.
know.
Who's there?
I think we do,
I
but
think it's next week.
I don't know.
yeah.
Whatever. Stat
All right.
guy, get on that.
No London game this
No
week.
London.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Stat guy, we don't need you.
But
All
yeah,
right.
Blake Bortles, he's garbage.
I didn't know.
He's
I didn't know
terrible.
when who put in top 3 badasses. You? Did you put
I
that in?
still don't know who did. I think you
I-
just
I
made it
didn't.
up in your head and then you put it on there.
But I got.
I'm serious. I don't
got
remember.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5.
Okay. Well, because when I'm reading this, I'm like, I don't know what we mean by badass. Just they're just.
I'm just going off like how they. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Badass.
Give your 2 honorable mentions. They're top 5 overachiever. You don't study anything else.
I have 3, and my badassery is for different reasons.
Me too. I'll give you
Give
mine.
me-
Mine are good.
My honorable mentions: Darren McCarty, badass on the rink. I think you can agree, right? Thank you. Got the nod. Linebacker for the Jets and
Nick's too busy
and I
dipping
forget-
over here.
Another guy, Brian Cox. He was a monster On the,
I didn't take
he was a-
badasses
yeah, he
that
was a-
way.
Yeah, he was a badass.
Brian Urlacher. Sorry, Dick Butkus, badass, but he's not in there.
Yeah, I
didn't take
think we
badass
kind
that
of all
way.
took this a different
Okay,
way.
well, who's your number 3 then?
Okay, my number 3, Albert Bell.
Why?
Yeah, he was just a badass.
Like
badass.
Rocket Ishmael.
Yeah.
No reason.
Okay, that was interesting.
All right, number 3.
My number 3 is Runeo Odor from the Rangers. And the only reason why I say that is watching him punch Batista's face off right there, second base, when
Yeah.
he slid into him. That was
Right.
amazing. So I count that as a badass thing.
Number 3 for me is John Daly because he just doesn't give a shit when it comes to golf. I'll smoke cigarettes, drink beer. I don't give a shit.
JD
What's going
and
on?
Diet Coke.
All right, so I guess my number 2, Dennis Rodman, another guy just
He wore a dress.
Yeah, he's still badass.
So far in your lineup, you've had Cox and Rod. Interesting.
And
I
a
wonder,
bell.
Wonder who number
Bell for the Cox and Rod.
only you would think
only,
that way.
I wonder who number 1's going to be for Brandon. Dick Butkus.
Dick butt kiss.
My number 2, Nolan Ryan, beating the shit out of Robin Ventura at age 46. I mean, come on, that was the best thing ever. So.
Did you see my notes?
No.
Number 2, Nolan Ryan. Badass pitcher, got Robin Ventura in a headlock and beat his ass.
He was 46 years old. He wasn't like he was 33.
Right.
He was 46.
That is exactly
He was
my notes.
balding.
That was my notes for my number 2. That's hilarious. Brandon, number 1.
Tyson. I mean, that's
Okay.
badass. I don't have to go anymore.
I agreed with him on Tyson, so I'll just say that. Baddest man on the planet.
Oh, really? Because mine was Haku, who would destroy Tyson. Hold on. Wait a second.
Hold on, you do have to read it. I wanna hear it.
Let me read why, because I put in here. So he bit a dude's nose off in an altercation at a bar after saying wrestling was fake. And by the way, these are true stories. This is legit. Bobby Heenan watched him break a man's bottom teeth out with 2 fingers. 2 fingers because he was talking shit. I mean, straight up, his index and his middle ripped his bottom teeth
Is that what you do when you
off.
fish hook hot friend?
Yes, exactly. I don't rip her teeth off, though. I mean, that's badass stuff right there. But could you imagine?
You're gonna haku her.
Could
That's
you
what we're calling
imagine?
that.
But could you imagine coming out and just talking shit to one of these dudes who are bigger than you? Him just put his fingers in your mouth and just rip your teeth out, or bite your nose off.
That's
and
insane.
there's a lot more stories. Actually, just look them up on Wikipedia. Haku, Haku,
Not like a haiku.
or Ming.
575.
But that was Meng.
So- That's a haiku. Not,
I know.
Not about to be with haiku. So, stat guy over here, Jake, just gave me the London games. Thank you, Jake. Seattle at Oakland, October 14th, Wembley Stadium, 1
So
o'clock.
yeah, it is this week. All right.
Tennessee versus
Wait, who is that?
Seattle at Oakland.
That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. So
Seahawks versus Raiders,
yeah,
Wembley Stadium.
it's a long crap. I might want to change my pick. It's a long travel for both teams. Never mind.
Yeah, Titans at Chargers the following week.
Oh,
Ninth.
it is. Okay, but I'm sorry. That's why I got confused because it's still 1 o'clock. The London games are always 9:30. That's why I got confused.
This next
Yeah,
one
yeah.
on the 21st, Titans at Chargers, 9:30 in the
So we
morning.
get 2 weeks in a row.
Right, and then
I think 3
and then we
weeks
get
in a
3
row.
weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We got Eagles versus Jacksonville, and that's at 9:30 in the morning as well. And then this season we have a Mexico City game.
Yep, I know.
Chiefs and Rams.
Yeah, and they
November
might
19th.
be both undefeated at that time.
That would be
still.
awesome. And of course, Mexico
They
City
might.
gets
They
it.
might push. Yeah, they might push that to like a Monday night.
Who played there
I mean,
last year?
Sunday
Oakland and somebody else played there. No, they will not because it's in a different time zone, so they won't. But
No, it's still. I don't know what time zone it is. I'm trying to think of what.
I'm just saying, if something's put for a
It
foreign
still might
game,
be the
they
West
won't.
Coast, but or it's Central.
Yeah,
one of the two.
okay, yeah, you're
or
probably
Mountain. But anyway, so thank you, Stat Guy. Thank you, Nick. Thank you to, of course, the sponsors, All Wear Clothing, Crandall's Quality Lawn Care, PNC Bank, Cassandra over there, Verizon, with Tim and Stephanie. We appreciate everything you guys do for us, and we will continue to put you guys out there for everything that we have going on. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Rocket Ishmael.
I did not say the Coups.